Hi guys, it's Archie Luxury. We're going back in time to the 90s. We had such a good time yesterday in the 80s. Let's fast forward to the 90s. Now, I remember the 90s very well because I'd finished high school. My last year was 1989. So 1990, I was free out of high school. I had my own little business. I tried uni for a while and blah, that was hard. Computer science degrees, mathematics, yes, very hard. The 90s. Yeah, the 90s were good, guys. I loved them. Okay, let's run the intro and let's talk 90s. Hello, guys. This is the Archie Luxury live stream. We are broadcasting live. The 90s. Oh, my God. You know, the 90s was such a good time. I remember them, right? I remember them. I got my first car in 1990. It was a little Mazda. Then I got a BMW, which, I'll be honest with you, I probably should have stayed with that Mazda. Really good little Mazda. It was manual. It was a Mazda. Mazda Astini. Mazda Astini 323 Astini. Good little car, that Mazda. And then what else did I do? Just trying to remember. The 90s. You know, the 90s was such a good time. Oh, I wish I could slow down and just take it easy. Hello, Bear. How are you?
Where's my link? I've been waiting for my link.
I sent you the link, Bear. It went on WhatsApp.
I didn't receive it.
Definitely was sent. Actually, it says you didn't receive it either. I think your setting on WhatsApp may be wrong, Bear.
Try again. I want to make sure that it works. Okay.
I just did, actually. I just did. It's got a delayed. It shows a clock next to it. It's not actually a double tick. I just sent it again. It's got a clock next to it. Anything, Bear? Did you find it? Hello, sir. No, he's just checking. We were talking 90s. The 90s. See, what I don't think is you realize the 90s just don't start. There's overrun. Like the early 90s were more late 80s. They were more late 80s than 90s, you know. Starchy, $2. How much do you have in savings right now? I got a half a tank of gas in the car and I got a fridge full of food. That's my savings at the moment. That's my emergency fund. Savings. Hello, Bear. Oh, we got my good friend Patel Philippe. Hello. How are you?
What's going on, boys? How you guys doing?
Hey, we are fantastic. The 90s. Do you remember the 90s, Tanzil?
The 90s and the noughties. The 90s and the noughties. I do remember the 90s. It was a great decade.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were fantastic. Fantastic. Actually, Bear, they still got clocks next to them. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Did you get I tried to send you like a test. Did you get my
No,
text?
no, nothing.
Can you try someone else? Can you try and send it to what? I want to know if it's you or me.
Actually, Tan has got a...
What's up?
I don't understand that.
What's wrong?
Everything I sent.
Yeah, Bear, I got your test.
I'll just go into that again. I'll go into that module again. WhatsApp. Gee, my WhatsApp's not working on my PC.
No, you didn't send the link out to anybody.
Oh shit! Because I just okay. Here we go. Boom. Oh, got the test now. I've just rebooted it, and you should have got. Oh, those messages weren't sent. Try again. You should have got them now, Bear. They're going through now.
Did you pay your mobile bill?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did, sir. I got to tell you guys, we're having the 90s. Do you? Well, how old? When were you born, Tan?
The early 80s.
Oh, okay. Early 80s. I was born the early 70s. See, you're 10 years younger than me.
That's right.
But you've got more money than me. That doesn't seem fair, Tan.
I don't know.
Not at all.
I think he's got a couple million in his super. I think Archie's fibbing a bit with us.
Mr. Sexy needs a link, by the way.
Okay, I'll take care of the links.
I just did Mr. Sexy. I just did actually just unblocking these links to make sure they've gone through.
By the way, Starchy, did you answer Starchy's question?
Yes, Starchy was asking me there, how much money do you have in savings? And what I said was half a tank of gas in the Beamer.
Well, he's not happy with your answer. He wants refund.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Archie, I think you meant to say Mazda Astini. Yes, Astina. That's right. That's exactly right, Mr. GMT. Mine was red. Starchy, $2. How much do you have in savings right now? What are savings? Can I ask you that, Bear?
Savings would be the cash you have at your disposal in your account that you can use at any point. Savings, right? Not investments, not anything of that nature, not your Beamer, not what you ward, but how much money do you have in your saving account?
Well, I think his super counts as well.
Yeah, I got less than 100. I got 100,000 in super. I don't have much.
So what do you have in your saving account that you can now just
$268.70?
Excellent. Excellent. Not bad at all. There we go, Starchy. That is the answer to your question, sir. I hope he's satisfied. He's got such a cool picture. He's a very good-looking, handsome fellow. Handsome fella,
handsome man. Where you go?
He's a bit struck. He's a bit struck with your
my
response.
other bank account. I do have another bank account. It's got $10.
Oh, hang on. Two bank accounts, Starchy. Don't get. How much is in the second account?
$10.16. I just checked.
$10.16. Does that cover you for burger? Can you buy a burger?
Well, the other thing is too, my credit card has got a bit of, it's not maxed, so I can use the credit card as well.
That's considered also available cash. I wouldn't call it savings, just available cash. How much do you owe on your credit cards at the moment? You don't have many, right? You eliminated.
I've only got one. I got one credit card. I got one credit card. Okay, because credit cards don't.
By the way, if I may thank Watch Nicholas and Curly for sending a link to our show. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks,
boys. I got to tell you, Bear, the 90s. See, I don't think
Starchy has another super chat.
Dollars. How are you not ashamed of yourself? What does he mean by that?
I don't know. Why would you be ashamed? That's a good money. Let me see the picture better. I got to put my glasses.
Archie, was this your hairstyle in the 90s? His avatar?
What's with the thing in the middle of your like that thing? Like why do you have that in the middle on the picture? Like, do you like it like that?
That photo was taken in London. I can recognize that building behind me there. That's just bad luck. Zero Fight.
I would like to. Yeah, that's such a class move, Curly. Thank you very much, sir.
We appreciate you, Curly. Another super chat here.
Thank you so much there. Toyota Mo, medium legend, $5. Super chat. Where have you been? Send money now.
Yeah, I love that. Let's do super chat.
See,
Super chat. Where have you been? Where have
I
you
got
been?
Wanna
Super
play
I
that?
got to
chat. Super
tell you,
chat. Yeah, please do. I love it. Super chat. Super
that
chat.
super chat. Where have you
Where have you been?
Super
chat.
chat? Super chat. Where have you
Have you been?
I've been to London to visit the Queen. Super chat are free. Super chat now, baby. Super chat. Where have you been? Super chat now.
Now.
Super chat.
You know what makes this awesome? It's actually Sirocco's voice.
Yeah, he's cool.
Sirocco's voice in the background. That's awesome. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Archie. Go ahead. Continue your saga.
What I was going to say to you is that you've got to remember, I've just come out of burglary. I've been trying to rebuild a bit of collection. I don't have a lot of spare cash, okay?
Yeah, no. I don't
a-
think that's bad. I don't think that's bad. You're okay. You're okay.
I'm okay. And
Listen,
the other thing
listen.
is too,
We're digging out, Archie. We are in the process of digging out. This is a big hole. And we have to, you know, when there were two mice inside the hole, and they were working so hard, they made the butter, and then it could get out of the hole. The two little mice, okay? We're like a two little mice, like a pinky and a brain. You and I are like a pinky and a brain, Archie. All right?
yes, sir.
So slowly, by working hard, by doing the content, by being here every day, we will get out of the hole. And you'll be able to have a normal life. You don't have to work every day 2 shifts. Right?
You guys want to see
right.
some 90s watches or what? You guys want to get this show started?
Let's get this.
Yeah,
90s.
sure.
90s watches. All right, so
That sounds-
Hodinki's. I was gonna say Hodinki's editor picks of 90s watches.
All right, let's see.
I haven't seen this yet. So Ben Clymer, Archie. This is at Ben Clymer's favorite of the 90s, IWC 3705, and now he says obviously and the Patek 5070, which is the chronograph. What do you think of this IWC, boys? Ben Clymer's choice.
Yeah,
I
cool.
like that. It's cool. I like that.
William Money, $5.
But is it really? Oh, sorry, Archie, go ahead.
William Money, $5. I believe 1990 to 1994 is the best period for movies. Shawshank, Unforgiven, Silence of the Lamb, Dead Poets Society, Scent of a Woman, and Forrest G.
She's
talking about Schindler's List.
Schindler's List, yes.
Excellent
those are all exceptional movies. I have to agree. All the ones he listed. My favorite from these is Schindler's List and Shawshank Redemption. I would say that those two stand out to me personally. So Will Money, it's a great choices there. Yeah, would you say that this actually has that 90s vibe or no? A little bit Top Gun-ish, like,
It's
cool.
the Valjoux 7750, boys.
I see.
Archie, 90s vibes, or is it 2020s chic, this watch?
This here, 90s vibes. I think it's 90s vibes. It's definitely 90s vibes because look, the size of the thing. Look at the size, and it's a little bit confused. You know what I mean? Like, it's confused.
No, I actually think this is a proper 90s vibes. I really do.
So Ben Clymer writes here that this watch came out the same year as the Mercedes E500.
What an interesting thing to car talk. It's not toxic when Ben Clymer says it, is it?
Yeah. Ben Clymer brings it. Yeah.
Just 1 minute, Bear. I just want to bring up one super chat from yesterday. We forgot to. We
yes,
closed the show.
thank you.
Bud the Stud. Hey guys, really enjoyed the whole panel today. Thank you Happy Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day. There you go. So that was just
that's
as
very
we were
nice.
ending the show yesterday. Bud the Stud. There we go.
Thank you, Bud. Thank you very much, Bud.
We love Bud the Stud. Great guy.
Get back to where we were before there. Yes, very interesting.
So
See,
there's a
I think that's a bit of a flawed watch.
So Jay Wright's asking what size is it? This watch is a 40. I believe it's a 40 or 41 millimeter watch. 41, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
So Ben Clymer says the IWC 3705 Valjoux 7750 movement is typical 90s, his choice of the 90s watches. But he also says the Patek Philippe 5070 as well, Archie. So that's the Lamagna based chronograph from Patek Philippe. Is that the true 90s Patek to you?
Can we drop the link for this, please? I need this on this show. I need this on this show.
Absolutely. I'll do that for you guys.
Yes, drop the link for this. I got to tell you, this IWC here, you know, the other thing in 90s, you know what I think is 90s too?
Well, we haven't gone through all the watches, so let's
We're
go
doing
yeah,
watches.
Because remember, quartz wasn't so terminal in the 90s, was it?
What do you mean by quartz was not so?
Bear, this is when
terminal?
he's trying to justify his, Patek Philippe 3944, his Calitrava purchase. He's like, yeah, it's not that bad in the 90s. So
okay,
we've got a famous 90s individual here with us, the Rancher.
Oh yeah, Rancher is more 40s and 50s, right?
20s and 30s. What's going on, Clive?
Oh, not bad. I would say, of course, Barry, you're talking about the photos I just sent you, right?
Hi, Rancher. Hi.
Clyde, you sent me something.
No. Is your name Bear? No.
No. I got it. Dude, beautiful pictures. Beautiful. Thank you. How you doing, man?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Not bad. Thank you, brother. We're doing 90s watches, TVs, movies, entertainment, just kind of having a little bit of a topic. And we have a super chat from Jay Wright, 2 sterling.
Jay Wright, £2. The Hacienda nightclub in the 90s, iconic Manchester. Ooh, hello. What an amazing photo there. How do you get focus like that?
Yeah, hang on.
Focus,
bring
man.
it full screen.
What are you looking at?
What the hell?
How do you do that?
How do I do what?
Your camera focus is amazing. Are you in he's a professional, Bear. He's a movie star. This is a movie star.
Oh, the hair.
No, not the hair, dude.
The bokeh.
Like
the bokeh.
background.
Oh, no, you just click blur. I thought you were saying like
Jin, again, why we don't believe Archie. Again, why we don't believe Archie would be able to swim if he got an IT job in the 2020s.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No, Archie got a bit personal yesterday. So
Jin, we got a super chat from our friend Jason here.
Jason M, $10. It's Saturday night. How is the panel doing?
So Archie, Jin and I are supposed to meet Jason. We're supposed to meet up with Jason, but Jin has not committed yet, so we want to get him to commit.
I did commit verbally, but I just need to find the time.
You're looking good, man. Jin, you're looking good.
I have like literally $4,000 of Air Canada credits. So
hey,
I just need to find the time.
By the way, is your haircut that good because you pay $160 for it?
I didn't pay $160 this time.
Archie, how much do you think he pays for hair? Archie, how much you pay for your haircut? Let's see your haircut, Archie.
About $20.
Can we go full screen to check your haircut? Let's see.
I need to get a haircut again soon. I need to get it cut again soon.
$30, Archie, they're ripping you off. $30, they're ripping you off. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like how much hair is there to cut? Like, come on.
I know it's thinning, isn't it?
There's no need to go there, frankly.
Luckily, you don't use shampoo, but you have super chats coming in. Jason, thank you for really generous $10 super chat.
Here we go, Jason M, $10. It's Saturday night. How is the panel doing? We're going fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. And John C, $2. Basic Instinct was a great 90s movie.
It's so great that everyone remembers just one fucking scene.
Exactly.
All right, boys.
And
The
it's a good song.
next watch of the '90s from Hodinkee was the Lange and Suna datograph. What do you guys think of the datograph? Is that typical '90s?
I don't associate that watch with 90s, but I can understand
it's
why. Would
99, and it was a huge accomplishment, obviously, when it came out. But
Yeah,
it doesn't really 99. It feels like very on the not 90s.
right.
Archie, are we axing 1999 from the '90s? What are your thoughts? Is this typical '90s or not?
It's absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's stunning. Because you remember, Lange really was resurrected in the 90s. Lange was resurrected then. That's when they sort of came out. William Money, $5. Speaking of early 90s, My Kingdom for a diss tribute to the Notorious Big.
Thank you. Do you know who it is, Archie? Notorious Big? B.I.G.?
Who's that?
Don't know
Can
who it is?
someone super chat so Archie will do a performance from Notorious
Ooh.
Big?
From Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls. I'm lost. Sorry. I didn't see that movie.
No, that's a great. My goodness.
All right, boys. Next watch that they say is iconic of the '90s is the LEC Chopard 1860. I'll zoom in here for you guys.
All right.
I don't know. I'd almost think like Omega Constellation, the one piecers with the integrated bracelets. I think those are very 90s.
Good choice. Basically, any watch that Archie considers a date watch is a 90s watch.
Yes.
Archie, this
Nice.
Chopard, does this remind you of the '90s, or is this like it was obscure in the '90s? You think?
Chopard itself. What sort of pen is that? I'm curious as to what pen. Is that a Chopard pen or is that a Cartier or a Mont Blanc there? The bokeh. What sort of pen? I'm more interested in the pen, not the watch. Can I say that to you?
Absolutely.
I don't know if Oh, the datejust 16233. That's a 90s watch. Wow.
Does this feel like '90s or '80s to you guys?
80s for me.
Well, but it's sapphire crystal, but 80s is more plastic, isn't it?
Okay.
Clivers, '90s.
No, I'd say 80s because what it is simply it's just an update, a minor iteration of a watch that was made in, I think, more popular in the 80s. As a matter of fact, I was at somewhere today at a antique and gun place get together, and the older fellow there wearing it's like literally it's like, oh, nice datejust, literally, and he's almost like hiding his hand, like, come on, dude, seriously.
So the next watch that Hodinkee says is iconic of the '90s is the Tudor Submariner.
Agreed.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very 90s watch. It's beautiful, isn't it? I actually had one of these.
Bear, did you ever own a
nice.
Tudor Submariner at all? Bear? Oh, if he's on mute.
Sorry. What's up?
Yeah, we just
Did
moved
you
on
ever
to the
own one of these?
Let me see. Put my glasses on.
Tudor
Of course.
Submariner.
Of course.
Now, did you own them like around the '90s era? Or
No.
was it, like,
No. I could not afford shit in the 90s. I could not afford anything in the 90s.
All right.
That was the time I was starting. I was watching every penny. I was working 3 fucking jobs.
Well, Bear might have owned this one then in the '90s, guys, if he was working 3 jobs.
Oh, fuck off.
The
This
Baby
is an
G.
icon. It is an
Baby
icon.
G.
Of the 90s.
Hey, Pontiff, wake up. It's prime time for this week. Don't
Yes,
fucking fall
prime
asleep.
time.
Oh my god.
Okay, guys, super chat, and Archie will perform Hypnotize.
Actually, wait. Do you have any hair clippers?
Clippers.
Archie?
I got to tell you, this Baby G. Do you like the Baby G here? This is
I think
90s.
we could help with your haircut and the lack of money at the same time. Maybe if you have hair clippers, maybe someone can super chat like say $50 and you can take the clippers to yourself.
See, Ivor has it right. So when I think of the 90s, it's the Tag Heuer link that screams out to me.
Very true. Like
Is the
two-tone,
90s.
that nasty gold-plated two-tone.
Archie, you must have owned like 50 Tag Heuer links in your time.
You know what? Those little plastic bezel ones, you know, that they were more popular. They're the Formula Ones. The Formula Ones. I owned a whole, because they were you could buy them in Thailand so cheap and flip them, flip.
I owned Movado, gold-plated Movado with a black dial in early 90s.
What's the reference number?
I don't remember.
Was that the museum watch?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is actually an icon. I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't get respect because it's quartz and stuff. But
yeah, it was quartz.
It is an icon.
It doesn't have respect because it was overproduced. They just overproduced the dog shit out of it.
But the design is cool
No.
as hell.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to doubt that. I actually have one, a gold one, but it's not. Oh yeah, actually, come to think of it, is a quartz. Damn it. So
All right, the next watch I think is very nice. Clyde, you had a similar watch to this one. It's the 5060 Aquanaut.
I have the 5066. Mine was the first one came right after, but had the exhibition case back. It also had Patek patina, most exclusive patina in the world.
Super chat, Archie Luxury.
Here we go. Dan T, the Macedonian brother. Dan T, $10. Hello, all-star panel tonight.
Mm.
Can I tell you a little confession, if you don't mind?
That's a nice super chat here. He deserves a bit of a love, man. A little bit of love.
I know. He's actually one of the greatest.
Super chat.
Thank you, Danny. Super chat, boss.
Here we go. Matt Devonish, £5. Pull up the lyrics to Notorious Big. Dreams and sing it loud, big boy.
Let's do it.
Okay, Dreams. What's it called? Notorious Big.
Dreams, yes.
Never heard of this thing before. What's it? What does it do?
Never heard of
Well,
Biggie
just
Small? Fuck. One of the biggest artists of the 90s. And
have you heard of Tupac? Tupac Shakur. Have you ever heard of Tupac?
No, but he knows Johnny English, guys. He knows Johnny English.
I'm just waiting for it to come up. Hang on.
All right.
As I sit back and relax and drink my Bloody Mary. I never heard that song in my life. Who the hell was that popular in the 90s?
Biggie was wildly popular in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think you would have been more popular, though. I mean, it was that was quite a performance, Arch.
That was not that. We have to do better than that, Archie.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
With some gusto.
It's not that popular. I don't know why he picked that fucking song. I don't like that one, but okay. And it's only $2, so you did okay for that dollar.
Not $2. It's £5. £5.
£5.
£5.
$10. That's a lot.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. So my apologies. Archie, do it again.
Here we go. I'm just going to find the lyrics to this here because I never heard of these songs here. You know what I mean? I never heard of these songs here in my life. As I sit back, relax, steam a bunt, sip a Bex, think about the sexy swingers that I want to sex. I'd probably go to jail for fucking Patti LaBelle. Oh, Regina Bell. She probably do swell. Jasmine Guy was fly. Mariah Carey's kind of scary. Wait a minute. What about the honey, Mary? Them jeans, they fit like a glove. I had a crush on you, real love. Hold your horses. I'ma show you who the boss of intercourse is. Sex. I'm talking no losses. Even group SVW and TLC and C Big with telepathy. How's that?
Excellent. Thank you.
To be honest with you, I don't know. I wish somebody picked Big Papa or something like that. Fuck me, that. Okay. It's okay. Swinging Kangaroo.
Yeah, it would be funny if like Archie started saying on the stream, "I love it when they call me Big Papa."
Papa. Yeah, that's the fucking one you guys need to pick, for God's sake.
All right, swinging kangaroo, Archie. Let's go.
Swinging Kangaroo, $5. Saw the banner on the landing page. Nice one, Arch. 90s for me, more like Fifth Element, Jurassic Park, The Terminator, and Bond. Omega 300-meter quartz mid-size.
Multipass.
Multipass.
Okay, I
See,
think.
yeah. Do you know there are segments with Plava Laguna, which by the way is a Serbian word? In that movie, there was a lot of Serbian sentences and words used. I'm assuming because of Mila.
Have you seen the new landing page, guys? Did you see the new landing page?
Why don't you show us the landing
Fantastic.
page?
Yeah,
Show us
sure.
Actually, I got a new photo for Bear as well there.
All
I
right.
got a new
For you,
photo.
Archie. Full screen for
Alright.
you, Archie.
Look at this, Bear. Look at this. This is the new landing page. Da-da-da-da. And it says Tan is the boss. If you can half read that there. I might
So you
Let
got
me
Bird,
see.
Clooney, you got
Tan.
Bird, Clooney, yeah.
look at this.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
pathetic.
nice.
What do you think of that? That's the landing strip.
Yeah. I love Tan's Lambo in the background. That's
He
really
asked
cool.
me for that. He's like, take a picture with the Lambo. I'm like, well, this was on the live stream, so. use
Very
this
cool, actually.
Here we
Very
go.
cool.
Toyota Mo, medium legend, $2. I love it when you call me Big Pontiff.
No,
Thank
with some
you.
gusto,
Okay,
Archie. Give
sing
some
it.
gusto.
With
Sing it, sing
Big
it, sing it, sing it.
Pontiff! Big Pontiff. I love it when you call me Big Pontiff.
Come on, Archie.
Toyota Mo, $2. I love it when you call me Big Pontiff. Big Pontiff, Toyota Mo, Big Pontiff. That's the way we go. That's the way we rap. We go with the hood, man. Big Pontiff.
Love it, Archie. Love it.
No, you
Love
That
it.
was good.
There we go. There we go. The 90s.
Big
The
Pontiff.
90s. Big Pontiff.
All right, so back to the
Ooh.
90s watches, guys. Let's get back to some fun here.
Yeah.
So the Aquanaut was a creation of the 90s. So they said that the Aquanaut is an icon of the 90s. What do you guys think?
I agree with that.
Yeah, especially the original iteration.
Archie, were you a fan of the Aquanaut, or was it the poor man's Nautilus?
I actually, you know what? I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just one of those watches, you know?
Yeah, like even up until 2016, 15, 16, it was always kind of known as the poor man's Nautilus. They don't say that anymore, but you know.
Well, the trouble is, as someone who's actually had almost this exact same watch, if it didn't say Patek Philippe, no one looked at it twice.
You had a 55, didn't you?
50, 66.
50. Okay.
So Clyde,
You
was
did
it
it.
like what made you fall out of love with that watch specifically?
Archie liked it.
No, seriously. I really actually want to hear that. I really want to hear that.
It was nice. I liked it. I didn't think it was all that in a bag of chips, frankly. And again, I think if it didn't have Patek Philippe on the dial, no one would look at it twice. It's at the end of the day, it's basically a steel watch on a rubber bracelet.
Mhm. Was it the rubber that brought down the? Was it the rubber?
Just the overall experience.
Okay.
Even
All right, Archie,
even
lecture. Sorry, go ahead.
the reason,
Go ahead.
the patina kept me in love with it for longer than I probably would have been otherwise.
Okay.
All right, Archie, you and I are going to both answer this question. All right, so this one is from Rissel Thinking, $5. Tan, you said the 5172 and the 5396 would be the two Pateks you would add to a two Rolex collection for a regular guy. Would you replace one of those with the 5212? Now, I would. replace the 5396 with the 5212 because I do feel that the 5212 is a watch that you can use. You could use it every day, or you can use it a lot more often than I think the 5396, which you probably will be wearing it sparingly. If I were to be totally honest with you, I'd keep the 5172. I'd replace the calendar with the weekly calendar, specifically for myself. Archie, your thoughts? Would you replace the 5190, 5172, and 5396 with the 5212, or would you keep the chronograph and the annual calendar?
Look, I got to tell you, they're both amazing. All those three watches are absolutely amazing. And I got to tell you, seriously, it's not just a matter of swapping these over. These are not Rolexes. You can just go and, let's do this, do that. It's actually very hard to strategically get these pieces, particularly in Australia or Canada. You know what? Would you replace one of those with the 5212? Look, wouldn't that be an amazing three-piece set? Chronograph, annual calendar, and a weekly calendar.
I would
be amazing.
I still would swap out. I love the annual calendar, especially the 5396. But if I'm going to go a three-piece Patek collection, it would have a world time. It would have a calendar complication. So either the 5212 or the 5396, and the chronograph, right? So, Jin, would you swap it? What would you do here?
Why not a 5960? You get the annual calendar and the chronograph, and you can get a platinum one for 45 grand or even less.
Archie, have you seen those platinums? They're actually, like Jin's saying, they're in that sweet spot right now.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Look, I got to be honest with you. Out of those watches there, if I could pick one today, the 5212 is just fucking spectacular. Steel case, amazing piece. The next one I would say would be a 5172, that's like JJ Blue Dial. Tan, you've got a 5212 and you got a 5196. I'm hoping to God you keep your 5196.
Yeah, so what I told you was if they release a new version of the reference 96 and they have the updated movement and I like the design of it, I may swap up. Fella was messaging me this morning saying the exact same thing. You were saying don't ever sell the 5196. It's a perfect watch. I don't know if he sent you his picture, but I told him to send you the picture that he had from last night. But
I'll have a look. Starchy, $2. How much would you pay me to come on a stream cam on? Well, we'd invite him on. We'd invite him on, Bear, wouldn't we? We'd invite him on.
No, but he wants to get paid, Archie. He doesn't want to come for free. What's the background noise?
That I'm not sure.
Super chat.
Kind of, okay,
that's
thank you.
Tant. I mean, that's Jin. Jin's in a train station. He's got trains moving in and out.
Okay.
William, I don't know if I'd actually pay any Starchy. I mean, you're welcome on, but you got to pay me. William, money, $5. I love when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if that's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Give us some gusto here.
Get money.
All right,
I love when you call me Big Papa. Throw the hands in the air if that's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money.
Anyway, gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, I have to take my leave of you.
Archie. Throw your hands in the air, Archie. Now.
Guys, I've got to go. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thank you for coming on, Clivis. Thank you so much.
Are you going to sing Big Papa before you leave?
No, I'm not. You'll have to excuse me. I found a 40-year-old with daddy issues, so you don't come across that every day.
Oh, enjoy, Cliver. Have a good night, sir. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And then we've got JJ's Watch Hangout, $2. I'd probably go to jail for fiking Patti LaBelle. Who's Patti LaBelle?
No idea.
Charlie wants me to read this, to sing this.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Who is a Patti LaBelle?
He wants this to sing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants... Who's this? I don't know Patti LaBelle.
He wants
You got music and...
What am I looking for? What am I looking for?
But if can't you say?
From who? From who?
From a Biggie, right? The name
from Biggie.
It's Hypnotized. This is Hypnotized.
Hypnotize, yeah.
Oh, Hypnotize. Fuck
Yeah.
me, dead. Fuck me. Okay, hang on.
Pontiff, can't you see? In a shower with Speedos is very funny to see. Haters, can't you see? Having big balls to be fun. Yeah, that's the song.
Are you ready? Are you ready? This?
Yes, I am. Was born.
Full screen for this. Full screen for this.
Full screen,
Okay,
full screen.
please.
Yeah. If can't you see? You in the shower, but it's very funny to see. Haters, can't you see? Having big balls to be fun. What you can see? What the sorry. Fuck you. That's it.
Thank you, this. Thank you, Curly. Thank you to the
Curly.
artist. Wonderful.
Archie, wake up.
Wake up. Here we go.
Wake up.
Thor strikes softly, €5. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you.
All right, now it's your practice. Now do the real one.
Okay. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back.
There you go.
Any kind of fool can see. There we go.
All right, boys. Back
it's
to the
hard.
watch. We've gone through all the super chats.
You know what I really wanted in the early 90s? I had the Explorer 1 36 mil,
And you wanted?
a Cartier 21.
No kidding.
Fucking, who would want that now? You know what I mean? A Cartier
Yeah.
20. And there were quartz as well, Bear.
Yeah, because Cartier was so fucking hot. You see, this Breitling,
Yes.
to me is the 90s
Tag
design.
Heuer.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Tag
Oh,
Heuer, my
Breitling,
apologies.
yes. Yeah, it is very Breitling-esque, isn't it? Like chronomat
Yeah.
type bezel, isn't it?
Yeah, my apologies. I should have fucking moved closer. That's a very 90s design, right? Archie?
Yes, it is.
All right, this is a fan favorite for our friend Dis. They say this is very 90s. The SKX 007. Dis, what do you think?
Well, you know, it's a classic. What can I say?
But would
It's
you go
shitty.
007 or 009?
007. I like pure black.
Because Archie, once you go black,
There's no going back.
SKX 009 is Pepsi, right?
that's right.
Yes.
And SKX 013 is the smaller version Pepsi, right?
I don't know about the 013.
I think it's a smaller black.
The SKX black, yeah.
Smaller
Different,
black. That's the one I would go with because I really like the 39 millimeter.
Mm.
So Archie, what do you love about this watch and what do you hate about this watch?
You know, what I love about this watch is the Jubilee style bracelet. I love this beat Rolex, super maxi dial. Like this is before the maxi Rolex sort of did that with the loom, the indices. And I love the orange writing, the orange line there. Just very classic. What do I hate about it? It's affordable, it's attainable. What do I hate about it? It's gotta hurt.
It's gotta hurt, baby. It's gotta hurt.
It's what Seiko should be. This is Seiko. This is really Seiko in its prime. The way we enjoyed Seiko when Seiko was affordable and you could actually try it out and do different things and enjoy the watching from its perspective. Now even the shitters, the cheapest shitters, are not cheap. It's just Seiko starts to think there's something fucking they're not.
Do you like the hand? Do you like the hand layout? Because you got like a syringe hand, you got like an arrow hand. Like, is this to you like Seiko? Does it scream Seiko, or do you think it just doesn't work?
For me?
This is very quintessential Seiko. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, not all. I mean, Seiko for me is from childhood is like, you know, black dial divers that look very, you know, shout at you. So it's very Seiko to me.
This, if you don't mind, can you show us some Seikos, please? Show us
What?
some good stuff. I know you got some
wait.
at that desk. I know you got some.
Well, I have only this. I have the tuna.
The tuna. I think I love the question yesterday, Bear. Bear, you're like, Mike the Snake, why is it called a tuna? And he's like, it's a diver's watch.
Who dives for tuna?
I loved it. All right, Archie, we got some money.
Will Money, $5. Okay, enough about movies and Biggie. I'm asking for value now from Bear and Arch. Yachtmaster 40 Blue is near retail on secondary market. Is it a buy? He's talking about the Yachtmaster 1, not the Yachtmaster 2. The blue dial,
Correct.
It's near retail on secondary market. I think you can get it a bit cheaper than that.
Okay, so Archie, you mind if I answer this?
Please, you're the expert.
Okay, so Yachtmaster 40, at this time, the blue one, believe it or not, has gone under the price of the slate one. At one point, the blue one was fetching a higher premium, and the slate was going for lower price. But the things have reversed. The slate one now is higher. Blue, which is gorgeous watch, and frankly has that little bit of a 90s appeal, is going at retail at the moment on a secondary market. Is it a buy? 100%. 100%. And I would say it's still not easy to get it from AD. It's still not easy to get it from AD, but regarding the specific circumstances, you can get it from gray market at retail. Or maybe slightly, maybe like a couple of $100 so they feel like they're making something. If you're selling it to the dealer, they'll be paying it about $500, $250 to $500 under retail. So they're gonna make something. It's a good buy.
Is it stronger than the gray dial? With the aqua?
No, I just said to you, it's interesting that the gray dial, slate dial has gone above the price of the blue dial.
Sorry, I missed you. Sorry.
All right, gents, we can't talk 90s without talking Tag Heuer. So
There's links. This is the quartz. Look at this. You know what?
So Archie, this is for Watch's guide to Tag Heuer watches from the 90s. All right. So let's go through the guide. So we've got here the first.
Yeah, I mean, Tag Heuer is the brand of the 90s. Come on, boys.
Curium chronograph. Does this look 90s to you guys? It looks very 90s to me.
Yeah. That is 90s. That is so 90s.
Now, Archie, would this be relevant today, or would it be just like it just looks dated? What do you think?
It's so dated. I remember when this was out, it was so futuristic. I never thought this would
so let's play a
age.
game. Let's play a game. We'll scroll through, and we'll either say dated or futuristic, okay?
Sure.
All right, so this one, dated.
Yes.
Same one. How about this, boys?
Oh, dated.
So dated.
Heavily dated.
The Tudors from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Or
like
even worse, maybe.
Hydronet.
A little chunky.
Ooh.
It's a little chunky.
That's nasty dated. But you know what? I still love it.
Oh, we got a legend from the 90s here.
90s legend.
What's going on, boys? What's happening?
Well, you have a...
Take me off full screen, please. I don't like being on full screen here, man. Seriously, I just woke up. I look like dog shit.
Running.
Oh, shit. Sorry,
actually,
boys.
he's echoing.
It's still there? Okay.
Yeah, I just had to adjust it so we weren't echoing. All right. So if we're saying this is dated, not futuristic. So
I like that watch. I gotta be honest with you. I like it.
Oh, me too. Like this, man?
Yeah. Well, I know it's dated. I know it's ugly, but this is kind of like liking Ugly Duckling.
You like this watch? Is this?
I like it a lot.
Yeah. I
Not my alley.
too.
This looks like it looks like one of those ninja stars. You throw in those
like
Shuriken. Yeah, from the 90s movies.
I love it, man. Yeah, like Schwarzenegger is showing at you. You know, it's a.
All right, let's go to the starfish. Okay, what about this one, boys?
That's not dated.
No.
That's sexy. The other ones you just showed before were fucking ugly as shit, man.
Is this actually
is
from the
sexy.
90s?
Yeah.
That's a
That's
beautiful
more
watch.
of a reissue. That's a reissue 60s,
Carrera.
isn't it?
That's why I
Reissue.
like it so much. This was a 36 millimeter, by the way.
Yes,
This is-
36. You're right. You're right.
That's something that the Doc BBW would love. Love.
So we would say that this is futuristic because it would be relevant today.
Timeless. It'd be timeless. You'd say
Timeless
classic.
is the-
Timeless.
Yeah,
Timeless.
Yeah.
timeless.
All right, that's the Carrera. Oh, it looks actually really nice on this out.
It does, man. It's really nice. It's very nice.
And Archie,
Very
no
stylish.
fuckery with tag on the dial. It's just a Heuer.
No, it's Heuer. Yeah.
But wait,
Heuer.
So what?
that's Heuer. So when did the tag it became tag Heuer?
No, but this was
90s?
a reissue. This is
That's
a
a
reissue.
reissue.
They, like they do that with the Monaco still. You know,
Yeah,
the
they do
caliber
that
11,
today.
the 11, caliber
Yeah,
11.
the one that I've got, it's got Heuer only on it. So yeah, reissue.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Let's keep it moving. Here we go, boys. You guys know this watch. Is this
What is that? Can you explain? I don't know what that is.
is this
Monaco.
dated or is this futuristic? I'm gonna
Well,
make
this
you
is
put yours on, sexy. If you're gonna fuck around.
This
What's
is
that?
timeless.
This
This
is
is
well. This is the
timeless.
caliber 12, but this is not the. This is not the. This is. You notice the pushers are on the one side there. The one that is the true Steve McQueen has the pushers on the other side.
Yeah, the caliber
Right,
11. This is
right.
caliber 12.
So this is the caliber 12, which is a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
It's not as collectible.
No.
Not as
But
collectible. Go
at
ahead.
this point, it was tag Heuer if it's 90s because in '85 is when they took the tag added to the Heuer.
Yes.
So all the '90s was tag Heuer.
Tag Heuer. Yes. That's perfectly said, Bear. Well done, brother.
All right, boys. Is this timeless or is this dated?
I fucking love that shit.
Archie, look at the screen. Tell us if it's timeless or dated.
Shit, I would say timeless, man. I still, even though it's a caliber 12, beautiful.
So cool.
GMT, would you wear this watch today on the wrist?
Yeah.
Like, just ignore the fact that it's a caliber 12, but like just the design of it. You think it would be like you could wear this around? It wouldn't look odd. It would look. in
No,
place.
I funny enough, this piece right here, honestly, when I wear mine out, for example, even if I wore this out, it'll still grab attention and people would ask what it is. It's always got that appeal to the masses, believe it or not.
Right.
This is a timeless design.
Agreed. Beautiful.
Here we go, boys. This is the one we've all been waiting.
Oh,
shit.
I love
The
this
icon. The
motherfucker. Icon. Exactly.
Well, it is an icon. It is. An
Yeah, you're
icon.
right. You're right.
Archie, give us
Icon
a bit of a
is-
Archie, give us a bit of a description of the Tag Heuer link.
This
This
is
is obvious.
Ultimate 90s watch. Ultimate 90s watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Holy
let's ask the panel.
shit.
Who on
You
the
know what I
panel?
hate about this watch most is that fucking strap. How can you?
Yeah, no.
You know,
Did
you
you
can't
Ugly
even.
as.
You can't
It's
even put
fugly.
a normal fucking strap on this. It's proprietary. Oh my god.
What do you think they were thinking? I don't think they were thinking when they designed this thing.
David H. Ayrton Senna used to wear that, I think.
Arch,
Interesting.
what do you think
No.
has aged worse, the Tag Heuer link, or if you go back to the 80s, like an Ibel or a Corum? I mean, they're all.
Actually, you know what? The funny thing is, I actually had a solid gold Romulus, Corum Romulus. You ever heard of a Corum? A ladies. I bought it for my wife. I got a Corum Romulus, and
They were actually hot back then. They were cool. The Golden Bridge
Yeah.
and all the other stuff.
yeah, they had a few interesting things there.
Oh, God.
Archie, you bought this for your wife?
It was actually a solid gold one, believe it or not.
Wow.
We know
Did
what
you buy
Archie
it from the
That's- I bought it
Lady
from
boy
Ronnie.
from Japan.
I bought it
Lady
from
boy
Ronnie. Ronnie, and thank God I managed to get out of it.
I was thinking the same thing. I'll go. I hope he hasn't still got
fucking
it.
God, I managed to get out of it, man. That was a miracle.
Jin, do you remember the story when someone tried to buy Archie's 5107 and he wanted to give a deposit using a gold quorum?
Well, at least it has melt value, so at least there's that. I mean, like the Piaget polos were selling for for melt value a couple years ago.
Archie, you didn't want to take the gold quorum as a deposit against the 5107?
I remember that.
Actually, he wanted to give me. Yeah, no, that was actually a men's Admiral's Cup. He wanted to give me as a deposit. I said, "Hey, that's worthless scrap."
Worthless scrap. All right.
Admiral's Cup is not that bad, Archie. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tie up a paddock for that.
All right, boys. Let's have a show of hands on the panel. Who actually owned a Tag Heuer link? And I'll start that I did have a Tag Heuer link.
I never had one. Never. I couldn't bring myself to having one. Didn't like any of them.
Bear, did you have a Tag Heuer link at all in your collection?
Absolutely proud to say that I did. Quartz. It wasn't on a leather. It was on the bracelet. One of the greatest moments of my life, achievement that I will never forget. I love that watch. I even had they gave me a shirt with the Tag Heuer logo. And
yeah, they gave me a hat when I bought my Monaco. They gave me a hat.
Yeah,
which is cool.
I thought the world is mine. The world is mine.
That's a good James Bond movie.
Did you have a Tag Heuer link?
No, never.
Jin?
I am, and on this occasion, I'm definitely, I can say I was fortunate enough to not be old enough to.
Yes, you're the boy. You're the man.
Okay, so Archie, we've had two Tag Heuer links between me and Bear. Owned 2 Tag Heuer links. How many did you own in your collecting career?
Oh, you mean the links? I've actually had about 5 of them. Mainly, you know, I got to tell you, with the links, I think they look much better in steel.
Yeah.
You know, the two-tone, oh my God. And the gold. They also did gold cap.
Yes, you often
see
of
course.
tag links from the 90s on people's wrists still, and with the gold plate like peeling.
I know, it peels, doesn't it? It's shit.
It looks sad. And people are still wearing them. So you're like, wow, this guy's life probably peaked, 25 years ago.
That photo there actually, complements it a little bit. It looks a lot better at this angle.
What they're doing, GMT, is they're aligning it to Ayrton Senna, right? That's where the Formula One car is there in the back to talk about the history of how Ayrton Senna wore a Tag Heuer link.
Yeah, but I mean, a race car driver will wear whatever you pay them to. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Just like
well, you know what's funny, Bear? Guys, I was listening to a Watchbox video. You know how Tim also does the weekend one where he does kind of his Watchbox reviews, but he does it like as a 30-minute video and shows a bunch of watches. He showed today the Daytona Beach, and he was saying
they were a ladies' watch. They were ladies. You know this?
Yeah, and they're beautiful watches. But he said that, obviously everybody knows that when you win the 24 Hours of Daytona, you get a Daytona watch. And he said that there's a lot of Formula One drivers that moonlight into the Daytona race to actually get access to the watch, which I thought was a little, I don't know. I mean, if you're a Formula One driver, you could probably just go buy the Daytona all day long.
Formula One driver.
Yeah. I thought that was a little far-fetched.
Maybe some other race car drivers, but
I mean, let's be honest. There, the entry requirements to actually go there and enter that race are fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Even for a shit team, right? So why would you do that for the watch? It's just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit of an embellished story, but hey, maybe he means they're like ex-Formula One drivers that are, because that's what happens when you leave Formula One. A lot of them go to like Le Mans racing or other, Indy racing and whatnot. But yeah, I thought it was.
There may be like a case for like it's just like an ego thing that you want to say that you won a Daytona rather than just buying one. I mean, there could be some of that.
More of an achievement factor.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but how many of these ambassadors of these brands, right, look back and say, "Thank God I got paid to wear this, and I didn't have to pay to wear this." If you know what I mean.
I would say Rafael Nadal probably would say that.
Yeah.
What do you
'Cause, I mean-
mean? Rafa Nadal is a lucky motherfucker to be Richard Mille.
Well, that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
that-
He's thanking himself for being able to
Yeah,
get paid to
because he
wear it
smashes
rather than rather
Well,
than
so does fucking the Swiss puck, the second greatest player.
Federer,
Yes,
Federer,
exactly.
Federer with Rolex.
You know,
he's lucky.
you know what's watch from the 90s, or maybe not, I don't know if it's associated with more the 90s or the 80s that I don't see, is that the Panthère, my beloved Panthère. I mean, it was an 80s icon for men, you know, like you think of like Charlie Sheen, Pierce Brosnan, Keith Richards wore one. And then in the 90s, you had like Gwyneth Paltrow and like women wear them. I mean, the Panthère is the best watch Cartier ever made, in my opinion. It's so fucking cool.
Archie Luxury, do you agree or disagree? The Panthère is the greatest Cartier ever made.
Cougar. I like the Cougar. That's a more 90s watch. The Cougar. Pull up the Cougar. The Cougar. The Cougar.
Are we talking about watches still, or?
No.
I had a two-tone, and you could get it with 1 row, 2 rows, or 3 rows of gold.
You know, I reckon Cartier is one of those brands that is timeless as well. I reckon they're
Yes.
watches.
Yes.
I think the brand is
we
timeless.
should all thank Tanzil for bringing Cartier back to Archie Luxury live streams.
We're bringing it back, baby.
Yeah, Tan brought a lot more than that. Brought a lot of class as well, man.
Well, GMT, the issue was that Bear has been trying forever, and he's been getting no support from anybody to bring Cartier back because everybody's a Rolex fucking fan.
Right.
So, you know, when I came back, I told Bear, I'm like, we're going to bring Cartier back to the channel because Archie always used to talk about Cartier.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. But see, people don't realize that Bear, they think Bear's just a Rolex man, right? Which he is in the main scheme of things, right? But he loves a lot of these quirky little different things that people wouldn't even bother to look at. And that's what I like about Bear, to be honest.
So, GMT, you've seen both of these watches. So, Jin was saying the Panthère, which is a square piece, and then you got a circular piece here from the Cougar with crown guards, as you can see here. Pretty interesting. What do you think?
Interesting that they've got crown guards.
The Cougar only came as quartz as well. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, and the Panther. I think the Panther only came as quartz as well.
Yeah.
That is right. That is right.
And
I reckon-
the Santos came as quartz and automatic, right? But the interesting thing is, so the original, the Santos came out, I think 78 or 77, and then
Santos came out a lot before that.
no,
Like
well,
the
the
Santos
Santos Dumont.
Oh, okay,
Santos
okay, yeah.
Dumont,
Yeah.
but the the one with the screws. And
Mm-hmm.
the other thing is, John C. $2. Can you wear Omega Planet Ocean with a suit? You betcha.
can.
This is not 1996.
No. I
Yes,
knew that
you
he's gonna
can.
start. I knew he was
There.
going to start that fucking speech. I heard it too many times. No. The only one you could get away with is probably the 39 millimeter. I'm sorry. How many Planet Oceans did you own, Archie? How many of them you had on your wrist? I had 7, 8.
I had one,
I had one.
and they're
or
fucking
two.
monstrosities. They're huge, eh?
No, you can't.
I had the
I'm
one
sorry,
with the
they're too
8900 movement in it. The 8900 movement.
big. And
in
you
it.
can wear that with a suit?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yes.
total.
No. Come on.
Look,
Come on.
James Bond. James
what?
Bond.
Yeah,
wore
James
it.
Bond wore it with a suit.
Look at that. That's beautiful watch. What's wrong with that, Bear?
Not with a suit. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's not
We
get
don't
Well,
even
hang
wear
on.
ties now. Does anyone wear a tie? Do you wear ties, Tan?
I don't
you,
wear
you
ties.
wear ties.
The
Arch,
ties are not the same.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not the
because
same.
I'm dated. I'm about as dated as that fucking.
No, what I'm gonna say is all right.
Archie,
Bear, I've
Archie,
got
this is
a
what-
question
this is
for
what-
you.
Yeah,
I've got a question for you. All right.
yeah.
The Submariner and the Planet Ocean, right?
Yeah.
They're the same sort of in the same sort of ball game, right? What makes the difference that you can wear a Submariner with a suit, but you can't wear
No,
a Planet
they're-
Ocean with a suit?
The Submariner is much thinner. Much thinner.
Well, I know
That's
because I've got
what
one
makes
on
it-
at the moment.
Much thinner. It's a huge difference. Huge difference.
But they came out in 40 or 39, I think. Was it 40?
The 39 millimeter is the only Planet Ocean that can compare its thickness to the sub. That's the only Planet Ocean that compares its thickness to the sub. It's not the size of the watch always. It's
But
the
he never
thickness
said he never said what size did he? He just said Planet Ocean. So we can
That's
suggest a Planet Ocean that would suit to wear with a suit, yeah?
That is true. That is true.
Just
So there you go. You can wear a 39.
That is true. And you can wear orange fucking, the orange and that stuff. Like, come on.
No, we're
Come
talking
on,
about the classic, the black
Black.
and the
Black and
yeah.
blue, black and blue, black and blue.
Yeah. That you can wear that.
All right.
No problem.
All right, fair enough.
Do you want to
Hey,
read this comment
James,
from
I want to say hi to James. Yeah, look at James.
Yeah,
here.
James, my man. I miss him.
Archie? Read Showcase Watches a comment, please.
Showcase watches. 90s icon has to be the Omega Seamaster 300 Professional in blue.
Yes.
Start of nearly 3 decades on the wrist of Bond. Started
Which I
out as
wear.
a quartz. Yes, it did. Started out as quartz.
Which I have. I wear every day.
Then went to 2531.80.00 with the ETA caliber 1112.
I agree 100%, James. That is icon of the 90s, for sure.
That's my
Can I
beater
follow
watch,
up
by
on
the way.
James? Can I follow up on James? I want to show you a watch. So when we talk in the 90s and Omega, you think about this, Bond, Pierce Brosnan watch. So
Yes.
what
Yes.
came before? This, my friends. Woo.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
nice.
the pre-bond, isn't it? That's the
Oh,
pre-bond.
look at that. Look at it. I love that.
I love that.
I love that watch.
Oh man, me
Yeah.
too.
It's the pre-bond
I-
200.
I didn't realize you had that.
Mercedes-Benz.
This. Wow.
Yeah, I had it for like 1 year now. Yeah, it's a great
Wow,
watch.
that's nice, man. That's beautiful.
God,
I
love
really do
the
like that.
Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, thank you.
Well
I
done
can't
getting
be-
that one.
The pre-bond. When did the pre-bond? That's an 80s watch. They're 80s, or when were they kind of cool?
I think they began in the late 80s, then until 93 or 4.
Good one. Good
Okay.
one, this.
Yeah. It's,
Okay, they're beautiful. That's a beautiful watch you've got there.
thank you
And
very much.
I got to be honest with you, those pre-bonds there, they've actually come back a lot in price. They're not as cheap as they used to be.
No, for
They've,
sure
they've,
not.
they've gone up a bit there. The thing is, the quartz. Holy cow!
Wow.
Baby super chat, baby super chat. Na 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 na. Baby super chat, baby super chat.
Bring in some super chats. Let's get this thing happening. Super chat, baby. Super chat. Let's get this on, baby. What a fantastic supporter of the show. Patel Philippe, $55 Canadian. We're 1 hour in. Special thanks to the punters in the chat. Curly, Watch Nicholas, NATO, John C, Showcase Watchers, 30 Danny, Swingin' Kangaroo, Eric L, M3 Carolino, Forbin Colossus, MCM, Toyota Mo, McLovin, JP, CWC, Balls Deep, Finchy, GGXL, Jimmy, John Galt. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
These
And
rock
then
boys, I'm telling you, that's what makes the show. The
£51
people in the chat, don't ever forget it.
Super
Exactly.
sticker.
Yes.
You-
Thank
You know, the 90s. Oh man. What period of time would you like to go back to? What period of time, if we could? You know what I liked about 90s? We had no fucking internet. No fuck. I mean, using the
Early
show
90s,
here.
we didn't. Early 90s, then we had the dial up in mid 90s. You know what? You say that, yes, you are right, but I personally think we're at this point of time in our lives, I think we're blessed because we get to experience and enjoy each other's collections and talk about the watches like we're doing that we never had before. We never had that luxury of actually doing what we're doing today. So I'm glad that I'm in this era to be able to do what I'm doing, because I tell you what, people around me, don't even give a shit about watches. So I'm glad that I got you guys. That's all I can say about that.
Did we get the super sticker, guys? Sorry, I was lagging for a bit.
No,
Vinci.
Arch.
Archie.
Super
Vinci,
sticker.
£1 super sticker.
It's a nice car. Avatar.
Yes, sir. Archie,
Beautiful car.
I'm gonna pivot to Hodinki's most collectible watches of the 90s. Okay?
Oh yes,
Ooh, interesting.
yes. Let's do it.
All right. It says 9 serious 90s watches that many collectors still ignore but shouldn't. Collectible watches. All right. Oh, I know this one right away. Let us begin, boys and girls. Rolex Yachtmeister
Wait,
166.
we don't have it on screen. Not on screen.
Sorry.
It's not on screen, yeah.
I'll
Oh,
press
sorry.
it. There we go. It's on screen
Guys,
now.
press for me.
It's on screen now.
Yeah. Now
All right.
Holy
first watch.
shit.
So this is the Yachtmeister's 16622.
I had that watch.
Did you
I
like
had
it?
it. I loved it. I fucking sold it. I regret it now tremendously.
One old Greek man came into my shop wearing this. I'll tell you what, it looked awesome.
That's the
on him.
one with a platinum bezel, with a platinum
Yeah,
dial, right?
platinum, yeah.
Gorgeous
Yeah.
watch, man.
I'm not a fan of the sub or the GMT. I'm kind of okay with some GMTs. Sorry, Mr. GMT.
That's okay. No worries, my man.
Mr. GMT is good. The GMT watch is I don't know. But the Yachtmaster,
you,
this is sexy. This is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
agreed.
All right, let's move on from the Yachtmeister.
Do you like it? Do you like it, then?
So I have a colleague at work that owns not this one, but the newest version of it, and yeah, you know what? He really loves it. When he purchased it, when he was looking to buy, you know, he chose this specifically, and I asked him. I said, "Why? Like, why do you?" And he's just like he loved the aesthetic of it, and for me,
Me too.
yeah, like when I see it in person, it looks like an absolutely great watch. I think you have to really see it in person. To me, the
Yeah.
photos kind of dulls it a bit, but when I see it in person, I do like it a lot.
That's what I was the same. I wasn't on board with it until I saw it in person on this gentleman that walked into my shop with it. And it looks stunning, man. Really, in real life, it really looks nice in person.
Yeah, agree. The
All right.
little red second-hand against the platinum bezel is such a cool touch. I love it. You have a super chat, by the way, from Marvin the Martian, our Canadian Martian.
Yes.
Marvin the Martian. Wow. That's so fantastic. So fantastic. Marvin the Martian, $7. Is Stefano Della Costa going to keep his word and update everyone on his 1 month progress as he committed to?
The last update on Archie Luxury happened about 6 or 5 days ago. And I'm going to just fast repeat. So far, he managed to refund $18,500 US and 3 watches: root beer, Bulgari Octo Finissimo, and a Breitling Navi timer. Thank you.
All right, boys. The next one is the Roger Dubuis, or as Archie calls it, the Roger Dubois chronograph homage. What do you guys think of this one?
I don't mind
1990s.
it.
Oh,
See.
it looks like a Patek, doesn't it? You know,
It
looks
does.
like so.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Can they get away with that stuff or not?
Well, they did.
What do you think?
I think it's a beautiful watch.
I
Yeah.
think.
Single
I don't mind.
pusher, nice.
Welcome,
Single
Mikey, to the
push-up.
show. Mikey, what do you?
Yes,
We're doing
Mikey.
90s.
Welcome, brother.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me
Mikey,
okay?
Mikey?
Did you
Yes.
say something?
Can you hear me
No,
okay?
just kidding. We can hear you. You're fine.
Okay.
brother.
You're fine, Mikey. We're going through 90s watches. These are Hodinki's.
Very cool.
90s watches that they say collectors may not know but should.
Yeah, Roger. Is it Dubuis or Dubois? Is it OIS or UI?
There's no O.
Roger Dubuis. It's not Dubois.
Okay,
Dubuis.
Dubuis.
D.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a sharp That's a sharp watch all the way.
By the
around.
way, guys, you might think I was doing nothing in the background. I've just updated the landing strip. I've fixed
No, we don't need to hear about you updating your landing strip in the
What?
background.
Your landing
have
strip?
I fixed up the side photo. I've got swinging
Oh.
kangaroo, and most importantly, I've
The most
managed to
important.
write the text. Tan is the boss. Is that?
Yeah,
is
that's.
that
Did you get the
I
panties
don't-
like
Boss.
this?
That's a
I
sexy photo of Tan, by the way.
what do you think of that? What do you think
That
of
was
that?
from a
I think
live
that-
stream. That was me on the live stream.
I think
Archie,
that's.
I sent you.
What do you
I
think
sent
of
you
that?
2
I think I
pictures.
was working at the time, 10.
I think that
doing
looks
that.
cool. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's
Yeah.
what we should have? What do you think of that?
I think that's
100%.
awesome.
Looks great. Did
No
you get the
confusion.
pictures? Did you get the pictures I sent you, Archie?
No. When did you send it?
Today, I texted you 2 pictures.
You missed the most important, I think, Arch, to have it on this wall of tribute of superstars, which is Mikey.
Mikey the Pantera,
Yes,
the hunting cat. The
the
hunting
hunting
cat.
cat.
All right, let's check out some more 90s watches.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, Archie. This one. This one's Archie's gonna know this one. The Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar 5040. This is
Ooh.
Archie. This is the successor to Feller's 5140.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
Holy shit, that is beautiful. You know what?
By the way, Tan, yesterday when you were having dinner, Archie has described Fellers as Patrick Bateman. He's a bit of a Patrick Bateman guy.
Yeah, I can see that.
if I tell you something, can you promise not to tell fella?
Don't tell him, okay? Please.
Everybody in the chat, don't say nothing to fella when he comes
Yeah,
on.
just when he comes, don't tell him, okay?
This is a spectacular watch.
Really
Okay.
is. Big,
It is.
thick, chunky
And
gold.
I got to be
Look,
honest
I've
with
never
you.
seen it in person, but that photo there doesn't do much for me.
These Torno shapes, I reckon they've got huge potential in the future. Because
So listen, by the way, Mr. Jim T, wogs like you and I, we don't belong in that wog. When you see Patek commercials, they're all wasps, eh? Archie's just a wasp wannabe, okay? Anyway, continue, Archie. Continue.
Archie, this one's 30.
I was just at the grocery store and ran into a gentleman wearing a Rolex Submariner.
No kidding.
Yeah,
That's
this
very,
is-
rare to see in a pub. Yeah, I'm shocked.
when I see somebody wearing a nice watch, I compulsively have to just ask them, excuse me, do you mind if I ask what you're wearing? And they're like,
Oh shit! You
And
shouldn't
he
do
was-
that, Mikey. Especially at the
Yeah,
time.
Mikey, they might tell you like their underwear color or something. Like, really specific.
No, I don't ask them weird questions. I ask them about their watch. I ask them. I ask them, do you mind if I ask you what kind of watch you're wearing? And this guy was wearing a Rolex, and I said, I looked at it further, and I said, Submariner, very nice. And then I noticed that it was a pre-ceramic. I was like, pre-ceramic, no holes. It's a late 90s, huh? He's like, yeah, how'd you know? And I was like, I'm really into watches. I love them, And,
Oh, beautiful.
and so we got into a nice little quick, short
you said-
conversation.
what were you wearing when you saw him?
I was wearing my James Cameron.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
You got
There
some.
you go.
Yeah, that's super cool. I got to tell you, this is actually a really beautiful watch. I think these Torno Pateks, they've been a little bit under market because these are far cheaper than a 3940, aren't they?
Oh, for sure. This is 35 mil, but it says 42 mil lug to lug.
But see, it wears different because it's a Torno. It's like this is the biggest disservice is that in the 90s nobody gave a fuck what millimeters the watch was. That didn't matter.
No,
They
you're
prefer
right.
it smaller.
It's like
Yes.
square,
They
square
didn't
watches,
care. They
you know?
didn't care. They didn't care.
It was in
And
the
now, all of a
2000s when it
sudden-
all started.
And the truth is, this is what's stupid is with the Monaco, it's 39 mil, but it wears like a 42. It's so because it's a square,
Yeah.
it's not a circle. A circle measures differently to a square, and
It
that's
takes
I
up more
think
real
that's-
estate. Yeah.
That's the reason the Reverso is not as popular as it should be, and I blame Bear too. Bear's said a lot of nasty things about Reversos,
Oh shit! Here we go.
And-
Oh shit!
and
It's all Bear's fault.
You know what? I actually prefer the Patek Gondola. Is it gondola? Gondola? What? How do you
let me tell
pronounce
you
it?
Yeah,
something.
me too. Me too. Actually.
Then this
Me
one.
too.
Let me say this to you.
Love gondola. Love gondola.
What I actually, I'm somebody, I was changing my collection, the Archie 5. I had a choice of keeping the AP 14790 ST AP Royal Oak or my Reverso. And I said, the Reverso's a much better watch. Tell me how smart that was, Tan. Can you
Not a
tell me how
smart move.
smart?
Not a smart move.
Well, I mean, it didn't really make a difference until 2 years ago. When the 14790 went from being a $6,000 watch into becoming whatever.
Yeah, and look, the Grand Date has held pretty good value over the years.
I mean,
It
that
hasn't
was
really
one of the
gone
best.
anywhere, but has it? Hasn't really gone
It
anywhere.
hasn't gone up, but it hasn't gone down either. It's really it's held a lot.
You know, I've been
It's
really
probably
lusting.
it's probably cheaper to buy it now than when Archie bought it originally.
Yeah,
right back.
of course. I've been really lusting after the red reverso actually lately. It's just
That's
so,
the one I like. I like that and the green one.
yeah.
And when you were in the boutique in Geneva, they didn't have it at all, like not even for display.
Well, it's
No.
more burgundy. It's more burgundy than red, right?
Yeah, it's like kind of like a claretish color.
Beautiful. That's beautiful one.
Yeah,
actually.
it's gorgeous. I've never actually seen one. I've seen the blue ones, so I know like what the indices and like the case and everything look like, and everything is great. Like it's a reverso, but I just want to see the red in person. Maybe it's one of those things where you just like you got to buy it, and if you don't like it, you can flick it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here's another example of the 50-40 guy.
This looks way better.
Yeah,
I like this much
actually,
better.
I agree again
This
with
is
you,
white gold.
Mr.
This is white
Junti.
gold.
It looks
We've got
really.
the same sort of taste, baby. I'm telling you, man.
It's more
Really.
classic, right? It's more timeless. Am I
Yeah.
right?
I like this,
Mr.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Junti?
agree.
That
I agree.
at the rail track on the outside, I like that.
Yes.
This comment's for
nice.
you, Bear.
Ooh.
Plastic. What a nice avatar plastic, right? That's plastic when he was young.
Archie, do you prefer this in yellow gold
I
or white
missed that
gold?
bastard. Fucking hell.
Archie, we got the 50-40 up here in white gold. Do you
Look,
prefer it in
I
yellow
think
or
they're
white?
both stunning. They've both got a very different look to them. They look like two different watches when they're exactly the same fucking thing. The white gold with the black just pops so much. But
Yeah.
I love the yellow. I'd love any of them. Any of them. Fuck me dead. This is an amazing watch, Bear. By the way, Bear, could I just have a ruling on plastic? He seems to be sniffing around the edges there. He's banned. Give me the Bear and Tan are the bosses here, the CEO and the boss. Give me the ruling, guys.
I'm looking at the next watch, which is the Parmigiani. Let's
Holy
take a
shit.
look at that watch.
It's
There's your
beautiful,
answer,
Bear.
Arch.
It's
And just before we
beautiful,
get
Bear.
just before we get to the Parmesan, so Wishful Thinking, he asked the question earlier, and he said he might take the 50-40 over the 5396 or the 5212. And I would say, hey man, it's
Ooh.
perpetual calendar,
Yeah,
like
it's a fucking
100%.
It's funny because the 5040 is very underappreciated, but the 5020, which is from sort of the same vintage, different shape, not tonneau shape. It's the more of a cushion shape, but that is quite esteemed now. Like the collectors like it. Is that just because it's a perpetual calendar chronograph and it's a lot rarer? And what do you think?
Well, yeah, perpetual calendar chronograph, even if it's like in the shape of, probably the worst designed watch out there, would still command, I think, a premium over a perpetual calendar.
Do you think that like a really edgy brand like Moser would ever come up with a really edgy shape just to like piss people off? Like, like a watch in the shape of a like a shit emoji. So, just as
like, I mean, I don't think that, I'm sure they probably would, but I mean, Moser has some watches that are definitely not as common. Like this watch, I know Bear's a big fan of the Streamliner.
I am too.
Yes.
I fucking love the
Fuck, another watch we got. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I can't believe that, bit.
Wow,
I
that
think
thing's,
they have a
that
same
thing's
taste.
fucking. That's cool.
Mark V, $5. If they all cost the same, which current production Aquanaut would you choose?
Good question.
Grenade.
Ah, I like their white gold with the blue. The white gold with the blue.
That's gorgeous watch, Archie. Great
I'm
taste.
with Archie on that one.
Oh, beautiful.
White gold with the blue. That's the one that I've actually seen in person.
Beautiful. Did you
I'd love to
see
see
it
one
in
person. I haven't seen one.
a convenience store?
No, I saw it at Tourneau in San Francisco years ago.
It actually at the retailer. I see.
I actually handled it.
No kidding. They let you take it?
Yeah. No, at Tourneau back then they let me try on the Vacheron. That's where I fell in love with it, like in total love with it. They let me try on every watch that I was interested in, including the tourbillons. Including the tourbillons.
Streamliner is not massive. Or
This
it's-
Bear,
it's
Bear, we've
not
got some
massive.
nasty comments there, Bear.
That's okay. I don't mind.
You know what?
You call this
Bear,
dragon skin, right?
Can we answer the super chat, guys? So which Archie, which current production Aquanaut would you choose?
yeah, I'd
You
have
did
to go.
answer.
That's
You did
the
answer.
that's the 5167G, isn't it? That's the blue with
Oh,
the white
blue
gold.
one. Okay. Jin, what
Yeah,
would
I
you
think
pick?
that's
Jin?
Jin?
Which one? Travel time.
5164.
Yep.
You know what I would go for, guys? I'm like Bear's got a really good choice on his side with the grenade. It's a good one, but Archie, you were there for the release of this one.
that was in
that's
Singapore.
awesome.
Yeah, that was the
That's
Singapore
awesome.
edition. That was just a limited edition. It's not a current catalog
It
piece,
is,
but it was.
well, it's a
Yeah, but the grenade
5167.
look is beautiful. I love it.
It's a 5167.
Yeah, but this is the Singapore edition, just for the Singapore show. It's not a current. It's not in the catalog. Swinging kangaroo, $2. Good answer, Bear. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. This is kind of a grenade.
I'm just gonna
style
give
dial.
you. I'm gonna give you a suggestion. By the way, Archie, do you know where plastic works? Do you know his place of work?
No,
where he
why
makes
is
some
that?
money. Find
why is
out where he works, and
Yeah.
then go there and troll him until he loses half of his money.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, because I
Then-
must
then
tell you,
he'll
Bear.
understand. Mm.
Yes, because I got to be honest with you, Bear. When you guys left, it was a disaster.
No,
Okay,
I'm
Bear?
just telling you. Just do that, and then see how he would react. And would he
Yeah.
invite you back to his workplace?
Yeah, that's a good
Thank you.
point.
This here, I can see somebody wearing it that works in the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
Art Deco.
Exactly.
Art
It's
Deco.
kind of weird, but what is it? It's got two fucking bezels. How many bezels?
It's
What
very
the
Art
hell is it?
Deco. Art Deco
It's-
to the max.
It's lost me,
It is
Bear.
to the max, eh, Mikey?
yeah, it's like maximum Art Deco level.
But it's beautiful. I mean,
It
it's
is
fucking-
gorgeous.
It's not ugly. No. I'm not saying
Fucking
it's ugly.
amazing.
Not at all.
I mean, it's
Jeez.
just like I'm not a
Even
fan
the
of this
logo.
brand.
Even the
Yeah.
logo.
It's
I don't know what it is, but the oval, the way they've done that.
It's very
Oh.
Breguet-ish, but I think it's
It
better
is.
than any Breguet. I think this is better than Breguet.
What size do you reckon this is? Does it say what
What
size
brand-
it is?
what
Just out of
brand is it?
curiosity?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
No.
What do you
It
think,
would-
Tan? What do you think about this?
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind it. I like the design. This apparently this was Michael Parmigiani's piece that he wore.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah,
Hey,
no, it's
wow.
pretty
Tan,
cool.
if you need to jump off for a minute, there's no worries, man.
Yeah, no, I got a couple minutes. I gave Dis the link so that he could take over.
Yeah.
Just because my food's gonna be here in a few minutes, so that's fine. I got 5
Right on.
minutes.
That's
What
why
do
I
you
was
think,
late.
Bear? What about this one? What do you think? What's your opinion? Bear? No, Bear's not there.
It's not my cup of tea.
No,
It's not-
sorry, I'm here.
Parmesan-
What do I think about it? It's overly done. It's too much. It's too
too-
much.
It was definitely
That's all. Too much.
That's what Mikey was saying.
it's definitely taken to the max. But
Bear,
I
this is a good
like,
co- This is a good comment from Zoso.
The chicken parm looks a little like a Brega Marine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Mr. Z? You're right. There is definitely
Okay, yeah. I mean,
DNA.
the
Yeah,
Breguet
I can
Marine,
see it.
the big date, the 5817, that is an icon, like a modern icon. But you know, the new ones, I think this is better than the current gen Marines. The double bezel, I'm not sure about, but the dial, like everything.
I reckon if
double
they took a
bezel,
bezel
that's
off, if they took the bezel off one of those bezels, it should be. It would be.
Yeah, but they're trying to see. This is the thing I don't understand with you guys. If Patek does that, say, "Oh, they're hiding the small movement, hiding the." No one bloody even says that for Parmigiani. They're hiding the small movement.
Do you know
Tan,
why?
they're hiding the small movement.
Do you know why, Arch?
What?
Because Patek is held at a higher degree.
I guess,
okay. Fair enough.
or they just were going for the absolute like Art Deco look, which included multiple curves like this. Like if you had a table or chairs. You know, they had multiple levels at the joints. You know, or
To
at
be
the
honest,
edges.
I'd love to see this in real life, like have it in my hand and just have a good look at it.
Yeah, I
I'd-
feel that.
Yeah, I mean, and the
Parmesan is
dial. Look at the. I don't know if it's actual guilloche, but the texture of the dial, everything about this watch I like.
You love word guilloche, Mikey?
Guilloche. All right, boys.
Yeah, I do.
I
I,
got-
love saying it. I say it myself.
All right, Tan.
I gotta
Mikey
run,
will
yeah.
never stop, man. You go, bro.
Yes. All right, I'll be back in a bit, guys. Have a good show.
I want to know what.
Hey, Tan, good to see you, man.
Later.
What's up,
See you
Tim?
later.
hear?
Sorry, what's
Do
up?
you know this sound? Do you know this sound? Did you hear it?
I'm talking about like old school, like Microsoft Windows, like
Windows
Yeah.
95 startup
Windows
music.
95.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Archie, we were talking about like old school technology back or like a
Yes.
couple hours ago, like IRC and like Napster, and me and Dis were reminiscing about the old days. But I'll be back.
I
on
like
the-
that sound. That was what sound was that from? Windows what 90? What sound?
95.
95.
Please,
Oh,
can you play it
wow.
again? Play it again.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what's the quality, but wait.
That's why I
Gina was
like-
trying to say something about the Parmesan.
That's a
Ah,
bit
it brings back memories,
too
doesn't
modern for Archie. When he was
that's
doing
the
the help
sound my
desk.
computer makes when I boot my computer up.
Brian Eno made it. Brian Eno, musician.
Why doesn't that surprise me, Mikey? Oh, man. So
What is it,
where we're
Windows-
at, we've come to
Windows
a halt. We've all,
95, right? That's like
Yeah.
the state of the art, man. It's fucking rocking.
that's it. Are we going to bring up some more? What are we going to bring up?
Yeah, I'll bring it up. Wait, I'll bring it
Yeah.
up.
Pull it up.
Pull something up.
Pull something out. No, don't do that.
Well, where we?
Ooh.
Ooh.
This. We did this.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
yes.
did
And
That's
that was
one
the
we did.
last. That was the last.
That was
That
the
was the
last
last one.
Wait, I need to zoom a little.
I see
Yeah,
something
yeah,
with a
perfect.
tourbillon in the middle.
That's the next one.
What's this one here?
It's
Brilliant.
pretty.
This is a
that's-
There we go.
no Frank Miller.
Brilliant.
No complaints.
I'm surprised there's no Frank. Maybe later. Maybe
Yeah, 'cause
there's
that's
more
definitely
coming.
90s. Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Really?
It's just-
I think this is kind of like retro looking.
No, Mikey. You need to listen. What he said. No Frank Miller, and then he said surprise because Frank Miller is definitely 90s, Mikey. That's what he said.
Oh.
He's not talking about the watch on the picture.
I
On the
see.
picture,
Okay.
we have
Once again,
Breguet.
I wasn't listening again. Once again.
Yes,
Sorry about that.
Yes, Mike. The art of
I'm
listening, Mikey.
Yeah. I need work on that.
Mikey. All right. So what do we think of this one, guys?
Brigade.
Since 10 it's disappeared.
It looks a bit dated, doesn't it?
It does. There's nothing. It's more like There's no. It's not ugly. It's
Yeah.
not the best. It's just it's a nice watch.
Like I said, I
Indeed.
got no complaints. Nothing to complain
This
about.
is a watch that Cliver would get excited
Yes.
about, and
Cliver.
he would buy this, and then he
Cliver.
would send 15 pictures of it to us, and then he would go like, "What do you think?" And you say, "It's nice." And you go, "What do you really think?" It's nice. And it's okay, you know.
You know what
And
I
then
do?
he would- Mm.
If they keep on insisting, what do I think? Eventually I'll tell them I hate it
Yeah. So,
Well, that's,
because they've
that's
asked me
what
that
I-
many times.
That's what I told him about the Lyrique, and now he's fucking pissed off with me.
Yeah, but
Well,
actually,
you told him you hated it.
I don't
Yeah.
hate this. It's just that this is very, very average, non-impressive watch. Nothing cool about
Yeah.
it. Nothing. It's just a boring watch. I think boring would be the.
not
Yeah.
too much. Not too much
However,
stands out.
I have
and
to.
not-
I have
not too
to
much
agree
hate
with
about.
I have to agree with SD43. It's still better than Reverso.
Oh, why would
Oh,
you
I
say
don't
That
know.
was a low blow. That he just hit you in the nuts just then. You know that,
I
Arch.
think- I
He
think
just
there's
went down and just gave you one punch to the nuts. Just don't look
Yeah.
at your nuts now. He hasn't hit. He hasn't actually hit them. You know that,
some
right?
reversos that are prettier than this.
I
Yeah.
see.
No,
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Timely's not on because he would have taken that as a big insult to him.
I'm just
Yes,
joking, and you
yes.
know it. You know I'm
We
joking.
hope to have Timely back tomorrow, I believe. He's coming back tomorrow.
Yeah, what happened with Timely? I haven't spoken
No,
to him
he-
for a few days.
Work.
He had some
Yeah.
work that somebody where he works, he had to cover their shift. So it's
That's
completely-
why I haven't spoken to him, because he's been busy working. Okay,
Hmm.
fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yes, sir.
Next
Let's move
piece.
on.
Yes.
Yeah. Next.
Boom.
Boom.
You gotta love this. I mean, everybody loves the Royal Oak.
Everybody loves Raymond and Royal Oak. Can you?
That's right. I was
tell
thinking the
us,
same thing when you said that.
Can you read for us a little bit what did he say about this watch? What's the commentary here?
Well, I see that the nickname is Kasparov, which is interesting. What is seen? Well,
Nickname is
1997.
Kasparov. Why would he be calling it Kasparov? Kasparov is a Russian chess champion.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So 1997. That's what I can tell until now. Featuring a black diamond, 39 millimeter. I don't see. Wait, let's see what else.
Wow.
What is it called? AP had signed the Grandmaster Garry Kasparov as an ambassador in '96, and when this watch was released, he adopted it as his go-to watch to wear while he competed. So that's why it's called Kasparov.
Wow.
Right,
and
right.
just before he had checkmate, he'd take the watch off. Didn't? Is that the same guy?
I don't know. But,
I don't know about taking the watch off.
I've seen his videos, and I've never seen him wear the watch.
I've seen the video where they make this bracelet and the finishing involved in making it, and how intricate they are, and just how
That's your
amazing.
second favorite word, intricate.
Yeah, that and guilloche.
Guilloche and intricate is definitely the two words that you love.
this is the person, Garry Kasparov,
That's
and
the-
the watch.
Wow.
As you can see. Yeah.
He's not the guy that went crazy though, right? That was the young
No,
kid. That was the kid.
That's Bobby Fischer.
Yeah,
And
Bobby Fischer.
that's claimed by Americans that he went crazy because he was very critical of United States government and their policies. So when you are critical of American government and their policies, they immediately label you as crazy. Let's just clarify that.
Oh, okay.
Is
No, that's
Trump
just
about
a-
to be arrested on Tuesday?
No,
I'd like to see them try.
no. There will be. Well, I'm not going to get into that, but I
Wow.
don't.
It's a very intricate situation.
Yeah, with guilloche. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really gets heavy. Intricacy gets heavy when guilloche is involved.
So you wanted to tell us something about you saw
Oh.
the video when they make these bracelets.
Actually,
I just don't like the
about
date.
the whole watch,
It's too
but
much happening.
they showed a guy assembling the watch in the movement and stuff, but then they also went into the finishing involved in making the bracelet and how they go about doing all the finishing and the links and stuff. And it really, I mean, they really put a lot into making these bracelets, and they really do. They stand out. I mean, they're one and above. You know, they're standalone. Nothing.
They're
nothing else is like this.
beautiful bracelets. I agree with you. I would say Rolex, modern Rolex bracelet, this bracelet, Vacheron bracelet are three the best I've seen.
Yep. The Vacheron bracelet is like you know I'm in love with that. But this one, I'll give it to this one. It has it all going on,
Oh.
and this watch is beautiful.
Yeah, I think so too.
Very 80s,
I think
but isn't it?
everything looks
90s,
like in proportion for
90s?
me. I like the proportion of everything. The subdials, everything it fits nicely.
Yeah, I agree. The pusher's a little poked out on the top, but I could live with that. I wouldn't kick it out of bed.
That's a new word, Mikey. Poked out. I like that.
Poked out.
I'll be using poked out if you don't mind.
That's a very,
I like
very
that.
eloquent
Hooked out,
description.
intricate guilloche. How's that?
So they picked this as a Frank Miller of 90s. That's interesting.
It
92.
could be done a lot better than that, Bear. What about the Master Banker? I love the Master Banker.
I agree, Archibald. I don't know why would they pick this one. I
This
mean,
is like the least Frank Mueller watch, right?
yeah,
It is.
yeah. I don't know.
I
don't
mean,
know, boys.
I don't think this looks Frank Mueller-ish at all, does it?
No.
To be honest with you, I think the topic was the most collectible watches from the 90s. Maybe that's why. Not the most typical, I guess. Mhm.
But if you want like a 90s aesthetic, you go for the tonneau shaped Frank Mueller.
Yes, absolutely.
90s.
I mean, they were
90s,
cool. I mean,
90s was Swatch. You know, the quartz was just kicking in, or had kicked in, and so you had a lot of digital watches, you know, that had computers on them, and you know, calculators, buttons.
Can I show you something, Bear? This is a friend of mine is just taking delivery of this. Could I get an opinion quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you guys will approve of this. He's buying this from the boutique. It's 80s. It's in the $80,000 range. Tell me what you think of this.
Ooh. JJ.
I was just about to say that. Fuck.
Yeah, that's
Is-
JJ.
Oh,
It's not JJ that's picking this up, is it?
No, it's a friend of mine in Australia. He's the
Yeah,
guy
good on
he's got
Just
that.
so we do not provide misinformation, Mikey. The quartz crisis were not in 90s.
You're
They
right.
Basically,
You're right.
basically start in the 70s and early
70s.
80s.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I
But that's okay. That's
Wrong-
okay.
wrong
I don't want
decade.
to.
wrong
Yeah,
decade.
we can't provide misinformation. So if you're not sure of something, just make sure you say I'm not sure. I think, and
Yeah,
then
I
somebody
think.
will help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So Archie, what do you think, Archie?
I think it's beautiful, but it's so
That's fucking
expensive.
gorgeous.
$80,000.
Australian
It's
dollars.
actually it's going. I think it's $86,000 retail price. It goes.
Is he getting it from the boutique? Where's he getting it from?
Yes, boutique. What do you think?
Nice. I think it's beautiful. I think it's
I
stunning.
think it's beyond my pay grade. It's beyond my pay grade.
Well, it's beyond many people's.
This is the one that
grade.
JJ wants. He wants to sell his one, his steel one, and
Yeah,
get this
steel
one.
one.
Wow. Yeah. Steel and this is my grail in steel. But I'd rock it in gold if I were able.
How many? Just asking, just out of curiosity, how many grails have you got, Mikey?
This is my like one just in steel, my one main obtainable someday grail.
mini main.
I've got five or six like sub grails, like the Omega.
So, in other words, you got
Seamaster.
runner-ups. You got runner-ups. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Secondary grails.
Okay.
But this is my main. Like if I were to win the lottery, this would be the first watch I would seek out.
Definitely stunning. This one here is definitely. I was trying to convince him. I said, sell it and buy it. He hasn't done that yet, but anyway. But
I think,
JJ knows what he's doing.
I think it will be a good move for him. I personally would not do myself that move. I wouldn't get rid of my steel to upgrade to the gold, but he explained nicely on his live stream the idea of his collection, and I think it's a perfect addition to his collection.
Sure. So your friend that's buying this Arch,
Yes, sir.
has he actually pulled the trigger yet, or is he thinking about it? What's going on?
Yes, he has pulled the trigger. He's put a
so he
substantial
has. Okay.
deposit down.
Did he give you permission to announce this exclusive on your live stream, or you cannot just?
No. I just
Oh,
hey,
shit,
do I need
Arch.
permission, Bear?
Well, I'm pretty sure he would like to do this on his own show, but hey, what the
Yeah.
heck?
You know, does he even jump on shows, this gentleman?
He loves you. He
No.
loves you, this guy. He loves
No,
you.
no, he asked me to ask the panel what did they think of it. He actually asked me.
Oh,
He
okay,
said,
well,
ask on the channel what people think of the VC I'm getting. So he just said, "Oh well, I think it's showstopper."
definitely. showstopper.
Remarkable. Remarkable.
We just
Very
went
happy for him,
from
man.
one of
Very
the
happy.
like the watch before this, the Royal Oak with one of the most iconic bracelets to this one with one of the other most iconic bracelets in the industry.
It's
Imagine
unanimous,
that.
Archie.
It's
It's
not just a
unanimous.
bracelet, but this watch is Geneva Seal movement, but also Geneva Seal case. Geneva Seal case.
Yeah,
Did you know that, Mikey?
I did. That was one of the things I didn't know about it.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
the attention to detail, like there are places that are brushed, and then others little places that are polished, and it's crazy. I watched that whole video on the making of this watch, and
Cool,
very
cool.
very very educational. Is Vacheron the company that builds
Thank
everything
God
twice?
there's a super chat after 10. Jesus Christ, I thought one will never come.
Swinging
Kangaroo.
Swinging kangaroo, $2. Archie, the VC or 5396 blue dial with diamonds. Very tricky question that.
Can you bring 5396 blue dial with diamonds?
Okay, yes, I can. I can bring that up there. I can bring it up. 5396 diamond dial. Okay, this is actually the blue dial there.
Mm-hmm.
The rose gold with the blue. You know what? They're both incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably have to go for. I'd have to go for the VC because the VC's got the bracelet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Have a look here, guys. That's the blue dial, diamond dial. There you go. What do you think of that? A beautiful piece.
Oh, I'm going
like
for
it.
VC. VC 100%.
VC, yeah, of course. But I like this too.
For me, VC is much more attractive than this piece. And it's so much more... Vacheron is so much cooler than Patek. So much fucking cooler than Patek.
I mean, I fucking love the diamonds. Not a fan of the blue dial. If they had diamonds and slate dial would be perfect.
I don't know. This piece
White
just speaks
gold.
to me. I love everything about it. Just for me.
I don't know. I'm a huge fan of diamond indices, and I know that people hate them on the datejust. but
I've got them on my datejust, and I'm
I
pretty
fucking
sure.
love them. I fucking love them.
Yeah,
Why do you
I
want to
love
be
them.
like everyone else? It's like Mark Goldberg was telling me that he's like, well, you don't want to order the datejust with diamonds because you don't get the loom. It's like, why would you don't get a datejust if you want?
Why would you care about the loom
Yeah, exactly.
on a datejust?
But see, the thing is, Mark and I think differently on that. We are always evaluating secondary market value when it comes to Rolex. So probably the recommendation also carried a certain level of that they depreciate on a secondary market. That would be my guess.
That's true. Diamonds, you will not get your money back for the diamonds.
No, but
No.
it can be beautiful. I've seen and I've been tempted. There was one with a black dial with a diamond datejust, and it just looked fucking. You looked really fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the list for like any of them. I was like, you get me the steel and white gold, and the palm dial, or the blue like mosaic motif dial
With diamond indices?
Yeah, both in diamonds and non-diamonds, and then you get me a two-tone with the gold mosaic dial, or the gold palm dial, or with, I'm like,
Jim,
get me any of the cool dials, and I will buy it. But
when Timely was up, I wore it to an Italian restaurant. We went to an Italian restaurant just before he left, and I wore my datejust. And I said this to Arch. I was on the panel, and I told him that. So a guy that I knew that knew me from the shop pulled me up and straight away noticed the datejust and said how beautiful it was. He complimented me on it, the one with the diamond indices.
Yes,
And he
yes. He said he was saving up for one
Yeah,
himself.
and he said he wants to get one.
That's what I've always thought is that I think the vast majority of people who are buying a Rolex or who are buying watches, they are looking at a datejust. They're not looking at subs. It's a very vocal and passionate minority that's looking at the sport watches. I think the average punter.
Well, I think it's the collectors, but the collector wants the sports line, but the they actually, you know, the thing is in the 90s and 80s, the datejust was the one to have. People didn't want the professional line.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
even
that's
to
what my
today-
uncles
even-
had. My uncles had all datejusts.
That's
even
true.
to today, the Rolex uses their datejust for all their marketing. Like, you know, the 24 hours of Le Mans race, the big clock, you know, the Rolex clock that starts the race. It's a big fluted bezel datejust, you know. They use, I think the majority of the world, when you say the word Rolex, do they picture a datejust, a fluted datejust? They don't picture any other watch.
Maybe a date 8, but
Date
Date
8, datejust, but you know that look. They don't like you're
Fluted
correct.
bezel.
I don't think they think Submariner or Daytona or anything like that. You know, that's
in a way, I would almost rather like what the non-watch collectors like over what the watch collectors like, both from my experience with meeting watch collectors and also just from the fact that, you know, collecting as a hobby, I don't know how much I'm a big fan of that. It's like almost like consumerism as a hobby. I don't or hoarding as a hobby. I don't know, Arch.
Hoarding, sniffing, possessing,
Hoarding and
licking.
possessing.
That's all
See?
what we do, and we love it, Archie.
Oh, Nick Miller says here the traditional datejust in 1945 design continued into the 80s as a symbol of successful Wall Street and yuppie wealth, while the trend has been the hype aesthetics of sports watches.
In the
And
2000s.
as a result, the datejust 41 and the datejust 36 currently epitomize a shift towards the hip hypostatic combined with the traditional datejust aesthetic.
Mikey, grab this word hypostatic and add it to your vocabulary. Okay? It will be impressive.
intricate hypostatic
Guilloche.
guilloche.
Yeah, see how it sounds
Hypo.
amazing. Hoarding, and sniffing. Sniffing. Yeah.
And if you think about it, like does value really matter if you buy like a datejust that you want for yourself that you're going to wear for 30, 40 years? No, it doesn't.
He's
right?
back. Tan is back.
Thank God, because we are going without any super chat.
Fucking sinking.
It's dead.
boys.
It's sinking.
Fucking
The
sinking.
shit is sinking.
All right.
Hey,
We're gonna back.
listen. Can I comment on Jin's comment, because it's a really good comment. Okay, I could not agree more. That's a very normal thinking. You see, one thing that I love that Goldberg presents as a thing is this a hobby or illness? It is truly weird how watch collectors, so-called watch enthusiasts, but collectors, because enthusiast doesn't necessarily mean hoarding. Enthusiast can be someone doing a research, reading, learning. The collectors, right? We tend to really be into hoarding and possessing. The perfect 36 or 41, depending on your size that you prefer, datejust that you really want. The secondary value, are you going to lose 1,500 or 500 or whatever, or 300? Truly doesn't matter, because it's going to be watched forever, or
That's
for
right.
a long time.
For a long
So
time. Yeah.
it is a fantastic observation. There is a world outside the watch collectors.
I don't know what that is, but I know that it exists.
Yes, yes, excellent. So, thank God.
Here we go. Here we go. Fantastic, guys. Patel Philippe, $55. Who's ready to talk 90s Rolexes? Rolex, please. Rolex, please. A Rolex man never apologizes. Like, subscribe, and tell your fikehead friends about my channel.
And in saying that, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go get breakfast for my family.
Hey,
Thank you for
nice.
having me, Arch.
Have a good day.
Enjoy your breakfast with your lovely family. Thank you
Thank
for being
you.
here.
See you,
Thank you.
Jim.
No worries. Well,
Bye-bye.
you know what? My days are getting smaller. My days are, they're coming to the point where I'm going to be working 7 days. So I'm trying to take it all in as much as I can now with you boys.
Hey,
And then,
Yeah.
So
stay
thank you so much, guys. As I always say, wear your watches, man. Stay sexy, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks again.
We love you,
Ciao.
Mr. Jim.
Bye-bye.
We love you.
He's soaking up all the sexy while he can.
Swinging Kangaroo, $5. Yes, same with my non-watch people, friends of mine. 7 out of 10 come and ask me about getting a his and her Rolex, and they want a datejust, both steel and two-tone.
Yeah.
And we've got another super chat from Art Vanderlei, $10. Stay super sexy. Thank you.
All right, boys. Let's get into Roli of the 1990s.
Hey, Dan, you know what I always loved? When Archie would do the video and like he stops the video and then he says, good job, good to himself. Good job, Archie. Good job.
Actually, here we go. Go
Good
ahead,
job. Good job.
I always love that.
I say,
That made my day.
nice
man.
one, Arch. Great. Oh my God, super chats coming in fast and furious.
Dan
So-
T, $20.
Who
Preference
is
of
Dan
panel.
T?
That's your Macedonian brother.
From another mother.
Mother. Dan T, preference of panel, Jubilee or Oyster? I got to go in the 90. I got to go Oyster.
Really? For a date just?
Yeah, I love the Oyster.
For the Datejust?
Well, it can be okay.
Yes,
It's a different look.
yes.
All right, let's keep going down the
Listen,
list. We got this next. This.
For Datejust or in general?
No, I think
Well,
he's asking for Datejust because we were
Datejust.
talking Datejust. Because for general, it's really hard to answer because there's so different watches, different choices, right? I would think, right?
It's only the date just in the GMT right now.
Well, it's a
Historic-
big super chat. I wanna discuss this question. I don't want to
Yeah.
just brush through.
Yeah, I prefer
Tell us,
Oyster.
tell us.
Fair Oyster. Jubilee is too
Oh, oh.
blingy.
To bling, eh?
I think so.
Tingler.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see an argument for that. Like the current Jubilees are very, very, very blingy, which I guess if you like that, which I kind of do, is good. But the Oyster, I mean, there's nothing wrong with an Oyster. I mean, they're very, very comfortable. They look great. They feel great. I mean, why not? Both are good. I prefer Jubilee.
Hunting cat.
I think if it's got a fluted bezel, Jubilee. If it's got a smooth bezel, then Oyster.
Bear Clooney
That's
watches.
good.
If we go by secondary market, and that's what drives what majority of the people like, because secondary market prices determines what's in demand. The demand is on Jubilee bracelets for the Datejust. The ideal combination for the Datejust on the secondary market is interesting dial, Jubilee bracelet, fluted bezel.
Mhm.
When it comes to sports watches, it's a mixed opinions. Like people will still prefer Batman over Batgirl. I think it has to do with the name itself. When it comes to Pepsi, seems to be split 50-50. At one point, Oyster was driving a higher premium, but now Jubilee is driving a higher premium. When it comes to the Sky Dwellers, it is the Jubilee that's driving the higher premium. And I don't have a Jubilee Sky Dweller, but I had opportunity to see it on an exhibition, and I have to say I was sold. I really love Jubilee on the Sky Dweller. That's my response to Dan, the Macedonian man.
And look, Bears covered the secondary market stuff, so I won't go over it. A couple other pieces that were on the Jubilee that are not in the current catalog. The Daytona, we have Doc BBC in the chat. Big fan of the Daytona on the Jubilee.
That's crazy talk. Crazy talk.
I love the Daytona on the Jubilee. For me, the Jubilee bracelet is class. On the Datejust specifically, a 36 mil Datejust, I'll go with the Jubilee. I do have a Datejust 2 on an Oyster, but for me, Jubilee is the classic. Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, Dan T.
Do you know what I
And,
like?
what's up?
10 is the gold, the solid gold Datejust, like the vintage ones on the solid gold Jubilee.
Jubilee, yeah,
Those
I know
were,
exactly what you're talking
those were
about.
sick.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Archie, you got one from Big Meech here. Super chat from
Big Meech, $10. Say M Bake Arch. Say M Bake. Say M Bake Arch.
Who is Big Mitch, Archie?
Big Meech is the farmer, my good friend. My good
Okay.
friend.
Good to
He
know.
made a huge donation yesterday. Absolutely fantastic guy. He's got the sheep. He's got the case, tractors. We were talking tractors yesterday.
Did you ever do his soul reading?
Yeah. We were trying to.
How did that go? How did that go?
Not so good. Not so good.
He gifted me some beautiful Rolex books.
Oh,
He's
nice.
a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Love Big
Yeah.
Beach.
So this, I actually have the article.
I think everybody actually loves Big Mitch. He's one of those people, Mikey, that pretty much doesn't have a conflict with anyone. Everyone loves Big Mitch.
Huh. Bear, look at this. Big Meech. Bear doesn't know who Big Meech is. I'm leaving. No, we know exactly who you are. We know exactly.
And Der Stiefel, if you want to hear the diss rap, he did a rap earlier in the stream. So if you want to hear that, you want to rewind the stream. But we are moving on to Rolex of the 1990s, a great era of Rolex. And the first Rolex here of the 1990s, Archie, is the Explorer 14270. Boys, what do you guys think of the classic 36 millimeter Explorer 1?
Just absolutely gorgeous watch. Absolutely. I actually love these. The sapphire, I think it kind of became perfect.
I think the Tingler has one of these.
I have
collection.
a 14270, so it's slightly, it's not 90s, but yeah, I mean, it's basically the same watch, just solid end links. And
I never knew they had a different size bracelet on them, but
I don't think they're a different size. They don't fit, they're not compatible. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was. I think we went to like a 19 mil.
They make them uncompatible sometimes just by position of the end link or position of the hole. It's an intricate little things that make this difficult to match. Intricate.
Isn't this just? I mean, for me, this is. I mean, it's like it's just. What else?
A perfect watch.
Yeah,
perfect watch.
36 millimeter perfection.
Alex P, $9.35. Hey guys, Hoocher people, classic Explorer.
Not Hoocher people. Come on,
help
it.
Who watch?
Help him, Tanzil.
Hey guys,
watch people. Hello,
watch people.
Watch people. Classic Explorer is awesome.
I think that's I think it's a Porsche GT3, either RS or GT3R, maybe on his avatar. I can't really see.
Very cool car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that! Wow. Yeah.
You know, they're talking about raising their prices this year across the board, like significantly.
They can.
Yeah. Well, the
sure.
Macan is so.
Have you ever heard one of those a real GT2 or GT3 RS in person? They're the most insane sounding cars. They're so loud and they just sing the most beautiful tune off their exhaust. I mean, they're not that really high pitch V12 or V10 of a Lamborghini, but they just have such a wonderful sound. They're amazing.
They have a wonderful sound. Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah.
So he wants to play Brad Pitt Rolex advertisement with Explorer 1.
Yeah, there's a bunch. So it's interesting. We got this is from Jake's Rolex blog, RolexMagazine.com, who did show up to the channel a few weeks ago.
Yes, he did.
So there's a couple of adverts here or couple photos with Brad Pitt wearing different Rolex. Let me see if I can find these. Or datejust.
What a fucking stylish fucker he is, eh?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's fucking Brad Pitt. He could wear whatever. He could wear any fucking watch, and he'd instantly make it cool.
Is this Explorer?
This is the Explorer,
Yes.
yeah.
That looks fantastic on him. Is it 36? It is 36.
Yeah.
There's 36. Yeah.
Look at his
That
age.
look,
Look
that
at
looks perfect. That
It
looks
is the perfect
fucking
size.
amazing.
It is the perfect size.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Has he gone on a fucking toilet break? Where'd he go?
Who knows, eh? I mean, you know him as long as I do, so that's the way it works with him.
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
Hello.
Porter. Hello.
I was just
Porter.
checking whether it was going to rain outside there.
And what
I
is it
was-
going to rain?
No, because I was helping Alex doing some washing. That's all.
Archie, look, it's raining fucking dollars here. It's raining dollars.
Raining dollars. Mark V, $5. My favorite Rolex that was in production in the 90s is the Sea Dweller 16600.
Yes.
Amazing. Love it.
All right,
owned
so we're
a
moving
few of
from
those.
the
No
Explorer
rain,
one.
no rain, Archie. No rain at all until Wednesday. On Wednesday, we're going to have some thunderstorms, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Archie.
Thank you. The Sea Dweller, I got to tell you, is a gorgeous watch.
I love this watch.
It's a Submariner
have-
two-liner.
It's a
Two-liner.
Submariner.
No, that's well, maybe. I mean, they're dead ringers for each other, but the Sea Dweller's thicker. The bottom is more round, and it raises up off your wrist a little bit. And
Why is that?
I don't. I'm not exactly sure. Probably for the deeper, depth ability. But in my case, the Submariner crown dug into my wrist, and the Sea Dweller did not because it was raised up a little bit. So that's why I ended up getting a number of them.
Mm-hmm.
I love
All
it.
right, boys. 1990 Submariner two-liner. The Archie, the end of the era of the two-liner.
End
with
of the
140
era. Yes. Yes.
Of the
Amazing
14060.
stuff.
What do you guys think of the 14060 two-liner Submariner, non-chronometer?
I love it. Love it. This is the best. Because the model, they had a 1406M. Remember they went to the M?
They did.
Because you could
The
get the
M?
M as a two-liner as well, couldn't you?
Yes, you could. Yeah.
How
And you
is
could get the M.
how is the depthability of this watch?
to 300 meters.
300 meters. Yeah.
300 meters.
Is it
300 meters.
okay? Is it intricate
is-
depthability?
It's pretty
Definitely.
good. That's what. That's. Look, this watch here. This is late. Look, the thing is, so the four liners, they were all M's, 14060 M's, weren't they? They were all 14060 M's, but you could get a 14064 M with a two line.
And these were always like, just cheaper and, I don't know if they were,
watch.
I don't know if they were as loved, but they've become a lot more loved now because people do appreciate the two line on them. I remember looking for one of these when I first started collecting.
This is
Why
more
do you
true.
think people appreciate the two line?
It's different, right? It's just everything is like now in the four line, right? It's just your
Is it just because it's
classic
different,
sub that
or
you see.
the
It's very common to
cleanliness
donate
of the
sub looks like
dial?
that. It's
Clean
different.
dial, right?
Yeah, it's a clean dial, and it's more like the 5513s with.
I think the
plastic
two line was
sides with
always the
plastic
cleaner
sides.
dial.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree.
Exactly.
Super chat from Picars, 1970
Picars.
boys.
$5. The 14060 M is my favorite. Wears like a Black Bay 58. Interesting.
I mean, they were really
Yeah.
perfect. The case sizes of these watches of this era, 90s, early 2000s, I mean, the clasps and bracelets were not great, but the case size, the dimensions, the feel on the wrist, they were just perfect. 36 for the datejust, 40 in the sport watches. It was perfect.
Yeah.
We saw this one earlier, guys. The
Oh.
1622. But
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Because
Seems
these
everyone
came
loved
out
it.
in the
Everyone loved
90s. That's when they came out in the 90s, wasn't it, Bear?
Yes. Yes.
What was it, 93 they
I-
came?
I love this watch.
It says 1992.
This is
1992,
really
okay.
This is
the rich
white
man
gold.
stuff.
It's just white gold or something.
Platinum dial, platinum bezel, steel the rest.
Okay.
Hello,
very cool.
Zero Pack Curly. Hello, Watch Nicholas. Nice to see you guys in the chat. Thank you for coming.
Mikey, it's I think it's your time right now. Are you on the other camera or no camera right now?
I got a camera.
It's time. It's time, Mikey.
It's time. It's time
We
for
are
those
we're-
upvotes. Come on, guys. Just wiggle that little finger. Beep. That's all it takes. Same finger you use to do other things with. And the same finger you use to log on to the show with, you can also use to upvote. Do the upvote. Upvote. Yeah. Do the upvote. Upvote. Yeah. Do the upvote. Help the show. Get it going on. Upvote. Upvote. Yeah. Do the upvote. Yeah. Yeah. Do the upvote. Upvote, yeah, like a motherfucker, yeah. Do it, yeah. Upvote now. Yeah.
Well, Mikey, you brought us 20 upvotes in a fucking 30 seconds. Thank you,
I
brother.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All right, so we covered the Yacht Master, so I think we can move on from the Yacht Meister. But beautiful. Look at that on the wrist here, Bear. Fucking nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great shot. All right, the legend, ladies and germs, the GMT Meister.
Talking about the legend, super chat from MCM, $5.
MCM, Mike the Snake, how are you doing on... Mike the Snake, are you going out on another date with that gorgeous lady from a couple of weeks ago? Hashtag magic fingers.
Oh, absolutely.
Magic fingers.
You bet.
Right on, Mikey. Right on, Mikey.
Yeah.
Super chat from John C, $2.
John C. Super chat, $2. What watch would Thomas Crown wear today? Oh, shit.
The Thomas Crown affair, Archie.
I reckon he'd wear that fucking VC. Solid gold VC blue dial. 3-hander.
Which VC? The overseas.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Sure.
Hey, he definitely is a yacht guy, so it's got to be a diver.
You don't think like maybe a VC 222?
Or maybe a Cellini
Yeah.
Prince. A Cellini Prince,
I like that
maybe.
choice. We see 222. I like that choice.
Yeah, that's a very good choice.
Yeah.
All
Excellent
right.
choice.
We got another
Super chat
Macedonian super chat.
Macedonian. Five dinners from Macedonia, boys. 5 dinners from Macedonia. Archibald?
Dinners from Macedonia. We love our Macedonian brother. Dan T, $5. Not ideal, but what's a better look? Big watch, small wrist, or small watch, big wrist?
It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I think you want to try and get it to coexist, don't you?
Okay, the question is very specific, Archibald. Very specific for the reason.
They're
okay?
not asking you for right size watch, right size.
Okay, you want a big watch on a small wrist. That's what we want.
No, actually, I disagree with that. I think that looks
Really?
disgusting. That looks
No,
disgusting.
I think it depends, but like for example,
That works only for ladies.
Yes, I was gonna say the ladies. It looks fucking cool on a woman, but
Yes.
for men,
On a guys, it's demasculating. It looks like really weird. So it's always better to see big wrist with a smaller watch.
enough.
It's
said.
funny. It's funny, Bear, because Archie like adheres to the whole Society for Thin Dress Watches, and he was a big guy wearing a small watch, 33 millimeter watches and stuff. But he's saying the inverse today, so it's very
Yeah. We lost that, Archie.
I'm just going for my toilet break, Bear.
Oh, of course you do. Of
Of
course.
course.
I will be back. I will be back very, very
Don't
soon.
take too long. Don't take
Mikey,
too
this
long.
is for you. Mikey, this is from you from Curly, Mikey, if you can read it for us.
With the music.
Mickey, can't you see your Pantera made you famous for all to see?
I love that, Mikey. Do it with the passion, okay? With the sound, with the music. Mickey. Come on, Mickey. Can't you see Your Pantera made you famous for. Come on, Mikey. Come on.
Mickey, can't you see? Your Pantera made you famous for all to see.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Upvote for Mikey.
Upvote too.
We're over 80 now. We are over 80. Thank you,
Come
guys.
on, people. Let's get to 100. Just do it. Just do it.
And now we are at the icon, guys. We're looking at the icon.
All right, guys. So Archie's not here, so we're gonna play. We're gonna pull up some free chats here from everybody. Some free chats. So get your free chats in. Lost Spring Bar says, "Sup, fellers." Jimmy agrees with you, Bear. I don't know what he agrees with, but he agrees with you.
Thank you very much, Jimmy.
I agree with his avatar there.
John Galt says, "It'll look like the guy was wearing his boyfriend's watch. Not that there's anything wrong with that."
Nothing is wrong. We love Gay Man.
Nick Miller, Archie never adheres to his own, break times. So sometimes it's like 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. We don't know when he's ever going to come back. So
we don't know. We do not know. It is always unexpectedly short or unexpectedly long.
Mikey or Mickey?
Mikey.
He just says Mikey. MCM is loving it, Mikey. He says, "Go, Mikey.
Go, Mikey. Go. Remember Speed Racer? Go, Speed Racer. Go, Speed Racer. Go, Speed Racer. Go."
Big shout out to Mookie, a good friend of the channel. We love Mookie.
Who's Mookie, Archie? Who's Mookie, Mikey?
I love Mookie.
But I know we will love him. But who the fuck is Mookie?
Before I knew who he was, everybody's like pressured me into saying something bad about him, and I did. Absolutely, I said it just because everybody was like, "Say it," and I did so, and I definitely did not mean it. And I love Mookie. He made that wonderful Pantera video. Mookie is a legend. I love Mookie.
Chris, the answer is Luke Longley.
There you go, Chris. Luke Longley.
Surdy Danny, a man walks into a bar and says, "Ouch." Mikey's loving the dad jokes today.
You have a super chat there, eh? Look at that.
Yeah, we'll wait for Archie to come back for that one.
Okay, well, yeah. Super chat should be for Archie, of course.
Mikey, this is for you.
Yeah. Pantera. All right.
Pantera.
Mark my words, I will own another Pantera someday. It's not going to be anytime soon, but
amen.
I will own another one. That is a.
Hey, listen, the Stiffer, the OG Stiffer loved that upvote song, Mikey. We got to do it again for Dear Stiffer. Can we do again for? Can we do for Dear Stiffer? Are you ready, Mikey?
All right. Upvote, motherfucker. Yeah, do it. Do it for the Pantera. Yeah. Upvote, Pantera. Upvote for Archie. Upvote for the sponsors. Upvote. Do it. Wiggle that finger until it tingles. Just keep doing it.
Mikey.
Upvote, yeah.
Mikey.
Upvote, yeah.
Mikey.
Upvote, yeah. Wiggle that finger. Just do it.
Good job, Mikey. Good job, guys. We're on fire. We're on fire.
Wow,
rapping has never been my forte.
You're moving. You're closer and closer to 100, Mikey. You're pulling it up.
Mikey, so Finchy says if you won the lotto, you would get a 911. You wouldn't get the Pantera back.
Oh, no. If I won the lotto, the first thing I would get is the Pantera, but a 911 would definitely be on the list as well. I used to race a Porsche, and so I'm
so there is nothing that you would get ahead of Pantera.
No, the first thing I would get is Pantera. Then there's 100 other supercars that I would go buy. Absolutely.
Okay. Relax with cars. What watch would you get?
First.
And would you even give a fuck about watches? Be honest.
No, I would, and if I would immediately go get that Vacheron version 3 steel blue 3-hander.
So
And
you will
just-
get Pantera, and you will
I'd
get the VC third
I'd get
generation.
the Pantera and that Vestron out of the way. Just get those grails out of the way.
Done.
Then
Okay.
I'm free to go buy the rest of everything else.
All right, boys, we're going to say bye to Mr. Z. He sends a generous super chat, $5. Gotta go. Tanzil, thank you for saving Archie Luxury. And thank God Bear is back.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Z. Love you, Mr. Z.
Z.
Thank you very
We
much.
love you, Bear.
Mr.
Thank
Z.
you, Mr. Z. Stay sexy.
Mr. Z is the word of wisdom. Mr. Z is someone we can always rely on, someone we trust, someone we love. Thank you, sir.
Danny,
Yes.
you gotta hop on and wrap this one for us, Danny.
It's good. Do it, Danny. Let's do it, Danny. Drop him a link. Drop him a link.
All right.
And I do want to bring up the Logiam to super chat, and then you can repeat with Archie, please. Just so he gets it. I mean, the guy said something beautiful. A10 to the guy who started it all. Our man.
Guys started it all, yeah.
Yeah, our man, Archie Luxury. We love our Archie.
The method actor who plays Paul Pluta.
And method actor who plays Archie Luxury, yeah.
The
Is it
nucleus.
Paul Pluta or Archie Luxury?
So
Who is
who's
the
your-
actor?
Yeah, who's your guys' favorite character? I'll ask the panel. Like, who's your favorite Archie Luxury character? Because there's many of them.
Yeah, yeah. I remember being kind of confused at first because I was like, "Isn't this the same guy?" You know.
My favorite character is Daryl the plumber. I love Daryl the plumber. And when Daryl the plumber comes to evaluate the job, and he tells Archie that it's all factus facti, and Archie tries to argue, but Daryl the plumber puts him in his place.
Dis, what about you? Favorite character?
Well, I'm gonna be boring, but I guess the favorite is the vanilla Archie. You know, 5-6 years ago. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that.
that's Archie that sits with his wife on a bench and lets her know that he's thinking about going full-time YouTube. Full-time.
Archie, we have one question for you to answer.
Here we go.
Before this one,
Log.
before the super chat, we're asking who is your favorite Archie Luxury character? So Bear said Daryl the plumber. Dis said Archie Luxury. I think Jin is going to say Satan DeVille. I'm gonna say not Satan, I'm gonna say Captain Shitter. So who is your favorite Archie Luxury character?
No, I was gonna say Captain Shitter too. That was
Okay, Captain Shitter. There you go.
Captain Shitter is awesome, man. I love
Archie, who's your
Captain
favorite
Shitter.
Archie
That's a
Luxury
little
character that
rubber
you like to
shit
play?
too.
I gotta tell you, I think it's Satan DeVille.
Satan DeVille. All right, let's get to this.
Satan DeVille. Here we go here to the guys. Log Jam 2, $2 to the guys who started it all. Thank you. Thank you so much there. Thank you so much. And we've got Mr. Zoso, $5. Gotta go. Tanzil, thank you for saving Archie Luxury. And thank God Bear is back. Yes, definitely. Madman, $10. Archie, can't you see that Maserati dial was meant for me? There we go there, guys. Da 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 da. Da da. Da. Da 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 da.
It's such a sad tune. It makes me want to cry.
It is such a sad tune. Madman, $10. Archie, can't you see that Maserati dial was meant for me? And I know how to pay to play. Guess that's why other streams are broke and you're so paid. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you, Madman. And you will definitely get first dibs at this if I want to get rid of it.
There we go.
By the
All
way,
right,
you're supposed to sing that Archie part. You know that Archie part?
Yes.
Sing it.
Archie,
Archie.
can't you see that Maserati dial was meant for me? Okay?
Archie, can't you see that Maserati dial was meant for me? And I know how to pay to play. I guess that's why the other streams are broke.
Upvote,
You're
yeah,
so
motherfucker, yeah.
paid.
Upvote,
Do
yeah,
it again,
motherfucker,
baby.
yeah. Upvote, upvote.
Upvote.
And super chat, guys. Super chat support Archibald Chesterfield the third.
Love that. This.
No worries there, guys. No worries.
This
That's
is
so
Archie
good.
that I remember.
I love it.
Yes.
I love
I think
it.
Those were the
The most,
days.
Archie.
the most memorable Archie I think you remember are the when he's just out of control, dressing somebody down or screaming bloody murder. You know, just this classic Archie.
That's exactly
Super
it, guys. That's exactly
Super
it.
chat, boys.
Super chat, Madman, $20. He did better than expected, Bear. Love.
Let's do it again.
Fred.
Let's do it again. Bring his previous super chat, man. Bring the TV. We're ready to sing,
the
Archie.
music.
We're ready
Need
to
the
sing.
Okay. Archie. Can't you see that Maserati dial was meant for me? And I know how to pay to play. I guess that's why other streams are broke and you're so paid.
Upvote,
Swing
yeah,
it, baby.
motherfucker. Upvote, yeah, motherfucker.
Upvote, baby.
Fuck, I hope Curly's clipping tonight.
I hope so too. That was very good, Archie. That was actually very good, man. I love you, man. I love you.
All right, boys. Back to the watch. Back to the
Rolex of the 90s. Rolex of the 90s. Yeah.
So this is the GMT Master 1.
Yes, not to be
167.
confused.
Yeah.
16700, wasn't it?
00. You
Zero,
got
zero.
it. Yes,
Zero,
sir.
zero. Yes, sir.
So Archie, at the time of the 90s, the GMT Master was it as popular as the Explorer 2? Or was the Explorer 2 more popular than the GMT?
Well,
Master?
this is the thing. You know what? When these forums started and the actual Explorer 2 for a short period of time was more popular. Can you believe that?
Hard to believe. Hard to believe. Hard to believe.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is? In the 90s, because I
can
was
see
really...
only that the white dial would be something that drives it a little bit for a while. But you know what? The older gentleman who is friend of my AD guy, said that Pepsis were not very popular. They were not really moving well. Like when in the older days, the Pepsi wasn't really moving well. So I can understand that, Archie. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, the other thing is, Bear, when the 90s, everybody was so keen to ditch tritium to get the Luminova. When Luminova came out, I remember I was on Turfers, Turfers, the ultimate Rolex forum. I was on Turfers, and everybody was saying one guy snuck his watch in for a service, and they changed it from tritium to Luminova, and he was so happy that happened. You know what I mean?
That's the newest and latest and greatest, right?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But that hasn't really changed. The people still want the latest and greatest ultimately.
What's the
Yeah,
truth
but
there?
you would never do that for tritium now. You want to keep it original.
No,
don't
but think
you?
about it, Archie. Like all the watches now, like look at the Submariner, right? It's gone to 41 millimeters, slimmed down lugs, right? But if you think about it, like what if those super cases that nobody liked, in the 40 mil become the ones that everybody likes because hey, like we all won the latest and greatest, and we all got to the 41 mil, right?
100% right. 100% right, man. I got to tell you something that really I can't understand is that when these new ones came out, people loved the no holes case. That was another thing that went crazy. People, they wanted the no holes. Whereas now, I think Austin Daniels, he's somebody who really kind of says, that the no holes case, the holes case is better because it's more utilitarian. That's the proper reason for having these things. You know what I'm saying?
I would say that the holes case with the solid end links, because you do get because people don't want the hollow end links; they want the solid end links, right? Like, I think that would be an upgrade on the solid end links. But the holes, because I agree 100%. Like, changing a strap on a holes case is just so much better.
But you know the sweet spot is, don't you? You know the Explorer 2, early 2000s, they had solid end links and holes case.
Absolutely. That's the one.
That is the ultimate sweet spot because
That's the one I have. Yeah.
Is that right? You got that? Fuck.
And Jin's got a black dial. He's got a black dial. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So let me ask you guys a question. So if we're talking about trends now that like at the time were very popular, but now it's kind of going back. We saw that with Moser. Moser did a release a few days ago on the Pioneer, where they took the Pioneer, which I think is a 43, and then they brought it back to a 40, because I guess at the time when they originally released the Pioneer, obviously craze of bigger watches was a big thing, but now a lot of the fans were like, "Hey, we don't feel it's proportionate, and we'd rather go with something smaller."
And it's not. I had that watch, Pioneer, the 43 millimeter. It's too big, man. It's just it's too big. So I'm glad they did that. I really am.
So that's what I was asking: is the trend? Do you think the trend is going into away from bigger is better to a sweet spot range? Like Rolex seems to find that the 41 is a sweet
you know what the
spot
sons
range.
of bitches do? You know what the sons of bitches do? They won't bring back 37. They won't bring back 36 mil. They'll bring back fucking 37. It's going to be so that
That's not true,
the
though,
old.
right? Look at the Explorer. They went 30.
They brought
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
They did too. They did too. Maybe they found a whole lot of cases in their factory. You know what I mean? They found, oh fuck, what are we going to do with these? You know what I mean?
But it's not doing well. Actually, the 36 millimeter Explorer, new one, is not doing well at all. Considering it's a steel Rolex, it's
in
supposed
Asia,
to be.
it possibly does better in Asia. What do you think there?
No, I think the datejust is more the preferred aesthetic.
Yes.
Yeah, Explorer's always been a connoisseur's. I don't want to say connoisseur because I have one and I like them, and I don't want to imply that that's what I am.
But you are.
No,
but you are.
I think it's for someone who it's for a particular type of customer or a particular type of person, and I think that it's not for everyone.
Yeah, look, I obviously, folks' wrist sizes are bigger. People are bigger, now than they were 50 years ago, or 60 years ago.
Why is that? Why are we bigger now? Why?
Well, we're going for our Porto chicken feeds every day, right? So we're getting a little big.
ARCHIELUXURY in his older days explains that it's all these steroids in a chicken. It's a steroid in a chicken.
Steroids at the chicken.
Everybody's
Right.
eating.
Hormones,
Everybody's eating at the Tip Top Cafe.
And that might be why that you just can't go to a 33 or a 34 or even a 36. But if you're talking about a 38, 39, 40, 41, even maybe 42, that's your sweet spot. I think any bigger than that, is you're just. I mean, Mike, you own a James Cameron, right? Like it's a larger watch, and you might have a tree trunk wrist, and it looks great on you, but other folk that like a swinging kangaroo or other people that prefer smaller watches would just be like, nah, it's just not for me, right?
But the actual size of it is matters less to me than the thickness and weight of it. Like if it were thinner and didn't weigh as much, then the 44, especially the sub. I mean, the dial and crystal are the same size as the 41 millimeter Submariner. They just made the bezel and the case bigger.
Can you highlight Discount's comment? Why?
Yes, sir.
Why? Chicken, meat, burgers, chips, pizza, pancakes.
Yep,
Got
there you
you.
go.
Archie,
Denny's.
what do you don't like on that list?
Let's bring that list up again.
What do you don't like here?
I don't like that lettuce on the burger
Okay, so no lettuce on
and the cheese. I don't like
burger.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Let's talk about trends on dials, right? So blue was all the craze, 2 years ago, year and a half ago,
Mm.
and then green was last year and into this year. Like, do you think green's a polarizing color? It's not a color that everybody loves. Do you think that that's just going to age poorly? Like, what does the panel think?
I am huge fan of green, but I was fan of green before the green was trending.
Think about it. When the Hulk came out, very
Mhm.
polarizing watch. Not
Yes.
everybody liked it because the green.
Very
It
true.
was very green, and
Very
people
true.
were like, "Well, fuck, I'm not going to spend at the time 10 grand, for a Hulk when I can't wear it with everything." Like, I don't know if that's just going to be a fad. Like,
Yeah.
Archie, what do you think? Do you think green's going to age well or not?
Look, green is such a cool color. I got to tell you, man. Seriously, green is the modern Mission Brown. Green.
Can
is
you
the
bring
new
discounts?
Mission
New
Brown.
comment with green.
Discount. Body green covering eyes. There we go. Body green covering eyes. There we go.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
the next one. The next one.
The next one.
No, that's the one. That's the one. What do you like here,
Face
Archie,
greening
on that
smile.
list?
Face
What do you
greening
like
smile.
this on the second list, on the one you brought first? Bring it up again.
Ooh.
What do you like here?
That there. Yeah, not really big. That's broccoli, Bear. Not broccoli. A little bit of broccoli is okay. Not a lot.
Do you know when what's his name in Kramer needs a shot of butter after he eats fucking broccoli?
I personally.
Mhm.
10. What do you think about pink dials?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the salmon dial.
No,
right?
like pink dials, like candy pink.
Okay.
I know
that you. I know. Yes, I know exactly the candy pink one. You're talking the Rolex. Look,
But that's a nice for
it's
the
gonna have a
ladies.
market. But exactly, it's gonna have a market. For ladies, and obviously some men like wearing pink. So I don't think again it's gonna be niche.
I know, you know the real man that looks good in pink. It's Patrick Philippe. He loves pink. He wears the pink shirt, pink underwear. He loves pink watches. Just guys, Patrick Philippe is pink. Keep going.
Hey Negroni, how's it going? It's Tan here. Christopher Negroni says that was Newman Bear.
That's right. That's right.
Newman.
Chris. Thank you for
Yeah,
helping.
exactly.
Newman,
pink,
yes.
Pink was
going
very
down
Pink was very 90s, by the way. Pink shirts, pink alligator shirts.
It's a great summer color.
Oh, it is. It is absolutely.
But the better question is the salmon dial. The salmon
Exactly.
dial.
That's where I was gonna go. Bear was the salmon dial. So Bear, what do you think? Like, when we're talking about pink, you get into salmon. Do you think salmon is gonna maintain its popularity?
Well, that's a question, right? So we have a blue, we have a green, and we got salmon. These are three hype dials, the colors that affect people, right? And to the point that the watches are actually, and obviously Tiffany dial. Tiffany fucking has been used and abused. I mean, Breitling and fucking shitters and micro brands are coming up with Tiffany blue colors and so on. I don't know. It's a question that I think those are all trends, and I do believe that it's not going to be forever. I think the blue is blue. That's classic, but the red dials, burgundy dials, green dials, and even salmon dials are just a moment. It's a fashionable aspect of the collecting.
I got to tell you, this watch looks fucking amazing. Look at the aged red on this Pepsi. Isn't it beautiful?
It is. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
And has it had its dial change? It's a Swiss dial. It's not a tritium one. I would have thought that'd be a tritium one, but it's okay.
My 6139. You want to go full screen, Archie?
Sure.
Go ahead, Mike. You got to turn your
here.
camera.
Sorry.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
a speed timer.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is actually a Pogue. It's a blue Pogue.
That's your
But,
dad's one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's my dad's 1972. One of the very first produced. But the red has the same fading, the patina
Yeah, Mikey,
Yeah.
72 was the year of the Pogue, actually.
No, I think the year of the Pogue was like 74 or 76. But the 6139 Pogue had a number of very specific things that made it a Pogue, because Seiko made about 50 versions of this watch that like said water resist instead of waterproof.
Yeah, so the
And,
True Pogue, so they call it the True Pogue, was between 71 and 72.
Yeah, well, 72 is when they started making this. This one is one of the very first made, because the serial number starts with 1, 2, and that's the first month of 1972. So it's one of the very first ones made. But the real True Pogue has had a gold dial.
That's right.
So this is what they call a blue Pogue.
18238, boys. 18238, not the 03, yeah, 238.
Ooh, look at that. That's beautiful.
1990s, Archie. We're going Rolex
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Rolex Date. Jin, we're probably in the era when they're doing Stella dials and
Oh, gorgeous.
all kinds of like stone dials, right?
Yeah,
They definitely had
Bloodstone,
exotic
Bloodstone,
dials.
and
I don't know about Stellas. I think Stellas probably were more
It was
like
an 18038.
70s, 80s. 1803, 18038.
We're gonna find
Mike.
18.
yes.
When you were doing that threesome in the 90s, what watch were you wearing?
Good
Oh,
question.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
I don't think I was wearing a watch in the 90s. Yeah, I wasn't.
No.
Not really. I didn't. If I might have worn a one of those little LCD, digital cheeseball watches. I remember wanting one with the calculator on it.
Oh, yes,
in high
yes,
school.
yes.
Who
Who didn't? Everybody loved that. Everybody loved that.
but
Yes, they were so
other than that,
cool.
watches really didn't interest me. I was more at that in the 90s. Like that was the 80s. Okay, the 90s. I was really
Swinging
rocking-
Kangaroo, $2. Yes, please. Date Onyx dial. Thank
Onyx
you.
style.
sir.
There you go. Onyx.
Here, Mikey,
And
for you,
here's
Mikey.
Bear.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. There you go. That's more like
Mookie Casio
Nice.
calculator.
yeah.
So Archie, we moved on to the date. So we're the 18238. So I was
Yeah.
asking the question. So they did stone dials, obviously in the 18038. We all know. I said
Yeah.
that they had potentially some Stella dials in the 90s. I
Yeah.
showed one in the mid to late 80s. Do you know if they
Yes.
did Stella dials in the 90s for the 18238?
I don't think they did. Rolex was they seemed to be standardizing and not doing special stuff like they used to. They weren't co-branding stuff.
Mhm.
Like they did a lot. You remember like a lot of those coats of arms, that was 70s, right?
Like you mean
When
the Kanjar dial for like the OMMANEY?
Yeah, that's very 70. So I think in the 90s is when they really started to get production basically very rigid and set in their ways. And a lot of the mom and pop Rolex dealers were kind of closed down in the 90s too.
So are we moving now from single quick set to double quick set from the 038 to 238?
Yeah, 238 double quick set. Exactly right. So this came out in 88. Our serial number was the first 18238, and they were partially thinner. And we got Doc joining us. Hello, Doc.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Hey,
Hey.
Nice
Dog.
flashback, you guys.
Nice to
Hold
see
on,
you,
Doc.
dog.
It's been a while.
Thank you. No, it's wild to get out of Costco and then see you guys here,
Yeah.
like a flashback in time, and you're talking watches.
90s watches, Doc. 90s watches. 90s day dates. What do you think, Doc?
Oh, this is nice. I might have to consider getting a date now. I don't have any.
I always remember in the 90s, in the Rolex catalog, the little catalog, it had a men's gold 18238 on the cover with a champagne dial. You thought, fuck, this would be the one to have. If you could have any Rolex, this is what you'd want there.
Except for the 36 part.
Well, in the 90s, that
It was the
your-
only size. That was the
That
only
was it.
size. You
Yeah,
didn't
that was
think
it.
about that. It
It's the
wasn't an
GMT
issue.
watch, Archie. He says, yes, my day date, Mr. GMT.
Yeah,
So Archie, do you
yeah.
feel that the single or the double quicks, that's the sweet spot? Because obviously there's a price difference between the 038 and the 238.
Yeah,
Which one would
I
you
think
find?
I personally prefer the double. Okay, I really, really do prefer the double. And you know, it's actually thinner. It's actually a thinner watch. It's partially thinner. I don't know if you know that.
Negroni he favors the Onyx dials without the numerals versus the ones with numerals. I agree.
I gotta agree. I've got
Yeah,
to.
Swinging
I
kangaroo.
can see that. Mhm.
$2. Doc will put day date on two-tone Jubilee as soon as he got one.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Doc, what is the
Yeah.
obsession with customizing your watches? Why do you like doing that?
Well,
Who hurt you, Doc? Who hurt
it was
you?
it was an evolution. You know, like the one watch that I did it on is the Submariner, where it was a head only, and the watchsmith happened to have a bracelet that was just steel, but polished center links, and I said, "Oh, I'll take it." So it's just, you know.
Look, Doc, you don't need to be ashamed, because we do have a panelist who modified a Rolex Submariner 5508 from steel to two-tone. I believe his name is Paul Pluta.
Pluter.
Yes. I actually
Pluter.
bought the watch, done, butchered, as a butchered watch. And 37 mil sub, amazing piece.
Archie, many people would never have actually worn that sub. Like, I've never worn a 37
Or
mil
purchased
sub.
it.
Or look, I've never worn it, purchased it, or anything. How does it wear? Is it small? Like, kind of give us a bit of a description.
It's fucking amazing. I tell you honestly, it's absolutely amazing. So it's like if you guys are Volkswagen people, a split window Volkswagen. Fuck, it's just so cool. Or a 356 Porsche, a 356 or an early 911. It's just incredible. It's just incredible.
And look, Doc, everyone's complaining about the size of the Daytona today. It fits like a 38 and a half, or it wears like a 38 and a half. Now, you obviously have a couple of 4-digit Daytonas. Do you feel that the 37 is a sweet spot? Would you have hoped it would have been bigger? Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, I will say that the difference between a Daytona, even though it's 37 and it's, really barely that, but the difference between a Daytona at 37 and say my Thunderbird that's 36, the Thunderbird is thin. So it's like a dress watch, ultra thin. The Daytona is not thin. Even, 4-digit Daytona is not thin. So it's a sizable watch, even if it is relatively small diameter. And I think it is a sweet spot, to answer your question in a lengthy way.
When I tried yours on, I didn't think it was small. I thought it was perfect. I was very fortunate to, obviously that you brought it for dinner that night. And yeah, I thought it was amazing. I have the photo still. Show it to people. Hey, I've actually.
Where did you meet Doc? Where did you meet Doc?
I'm not gonna dox where Doc lives, but
Okay,
we went to an Indian restaurant.
Relax. I mean, was it okay? Okay, I don't mean to give me address. Okay, just give me idea. How did you meet?
I think he means we went to an Indian restaurant, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to bring my Daytona with me." And
Okay.
When I saw Tan's eyes when he
So
saw
was
the
it
Daytona,
was in your city or was it in Canada?
It was in a mutual city.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in there for work, Bear, and Doc was in town, and I'm like, hey, I'm here for work for a couple of days. Do you want to meet up? And he said, yeah, absolutely.
So
And then-
Tan, did he wear a mask when he met you?
No, this was no. He didn't wear a mask.
Yes, no, he wore a mask. It was just like an opera mask.
An opera.
Like a Phantom of the Opera, maybe.
Well, here's the thing, Bear. So Tingler was in Canada, and I said, hey, Jen, you should come meet us. And Jen's like, I don't know. And then he saw.
Isn't Tingler Canadian, by the way, right?
Tingler's a
Yes.
Canadian name, yes.
Yes.
No, I mean,
Canadian.
Tingler is kid. Definitely. But because of work, you live in the States, correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I lived here as a kid as well. So
Because your values and your personality and your thoughts are pretty much Canadian. I can see that.
are they?
Mhm.
He kept saying A at the end of every sentence, and they said, "Oh, let's send you to Canada."
Yeah. Tingler, Tingler, hey man.
Well, look, on that trip, Bear, we also met up with another. It was a viewer of the channel. I don't know if he watches it anymore. Alvin Gates, and Alvin brought a bunch of pieces. He brought a 5196 platinum Patek Philippe Calatrava, and yeah, and get this, Archie. Doc says I don't want any Pateks except for the 5170 and now the 5196 platinum because he loved it.
Right.
Cool. And then you go to Indian restaurant, really? That was your choice?
Yeah, you know what? Jin likes spicy food. Obviously, I like spicy food. So,
And I like
Doc,
spicy food.
Yeah, and Doc was like, "Hey, it's got good spicy food at this place." So we ended up going to a spot that wasn't too far away from us. It was good. It was a really good night. And then we met up with Alvin Gates later. I think at Jin's hotel, had a couple of drinks. You know, and surprisingly enough, Archie, Doc brought the Breitling Super Ocean, Heritage 2 that you sold as well.
Yes, beautiful
The
one.
40, he brought the 46 as well, if I recall.
Yeah.
Which was like he needed like a separate suitcase for that thing. It's
That's
fucking
right.
enormous.
The Super Ocean chronograph.
Well, Doc, when I
46.
put that watch on, I just remember Archie complaining about his fingernails with the clasp, and I was like, man, he's so right. This is like, it's brutal.
But that's not the way you open it. That's the problem. That's not how you open it. You don't. It's no problem because you open it by applying pressure on the back side and it pops right open.
Super chat from Mr.
GMT, $10. Thanks for an awesome show, boys. Stay sexy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What a nice guy, man.
He is a great guy.
That was great times, Tans. Jen, that was awesome times. We need to do something like that again. Vegas or something. We got to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to tell you something funny about Doc. We were
just so you know, Tingler, just so you know, that was a compliment coming from me. Just so you know.
I didn't think of it any other way. Of course.
Archie, so I meet up with Doc and we go to a whiskey bar that night, and Doc orders one light beer, and so he's like, I'll get to the super chat and I'll get back to the story.
Swinging Kangaroo, $2. Panel, should I get the Cartier Tank Solar Beat Large?
No.
Ooh. It doesn't sound so good, but maybe you should pull it up so we can really get a look.
The
moment you have a word solar in your watch, do not get that watch.
Yeah, solar kind of refers to quartz, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Just unless it's a woman's watch, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a must. It's a must. Jesus.
No.
Jen, we want to hear this story as well. So anyways, my story was go to this whiskey bar. Doc orders a light beer, and so he's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, let's get a single malt." And he's like, "What do you want to mix with it?" I'm like, "What? Like mix? Like what do you mean mix? Like you don't mix a single malt, man. Come on." I mean, maybe Archie mixes it. I don't know, but so Jen, tell us this story. With you meeting Der Stiefel.
Well, I met Der Stiefel a couple times. There are some details that I don't want to say.
Of course,
you probably didn't want to say this part.
No. This is fine. Like everybody knows that this is. I'll own this. I'm not ashamed of it. That was fun. We went and saw some watches early in the day as well, and the next day, let's say the next day was not fun.
No. So Archie, get this. I believe this was when you guys were at Watch Time in New York, right?
This might have been another time. The time after, actually, the Watch Time one. Yes, we did drink quite a bit as well.
Because the next morning you were going to go to Bill Sanders'
he invited
breakfast.
me.
Yeah, at like 7 a.m. or something. Oh my god.
7 a.m. on Saturday morning. I was like, I don't get up for anything at 7 a.m. on Saturday.
Exactly. Fuck me, man.
Speaking of Bill Sanders, Archie, do you know he's they're producing the Lyrique Etude #2 now?
Yeah, Clivers
Get on
was.
the list. Get on the list, Archie. Get on the list.
No, it's all sold out. They got a standby
shit.
list now. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a money maker. Money maker.
Damn.
yeah. It's all sold
Wow.
out.
Wow.
Well, Tanzil, I told you what I think. I'm not going to repeat it here, but
So the Lyrique 2 will have different color hands, right?
They're changing the hands. They're putting guilloche on the dial.
Mikey, what are they putting on the dial?
Intricate guilloche.
Thank you, Mikey.
Well, they were talking about the way they were going to do the guilloche. They're like, we could do it like, obviously the full-on handmade guilloche. Then they had an engine turn guilloche, which is done by hand by using a machine. And then they had the choice of a stamped guilloche, which was the cheapest option. So they're going for the medium option.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing engine turn, Mikey. They're not going fully hand engraved because it's just too expensive.
Yeah. On a
Yeah.
rose lathe.
Yeah.
That's the way they used to do it. But I mean, I think it took them an extraordinary amount of time to do, and I think they had a pretty high failure rate as well.
So for that watch, they're producing, I think it's about 100, and they're going to be entering it again into the GPHG category. I don't know which category they're going to put it in, but Clyde said the price point's going to push them probably in the main categories against the traditional competitors, and they're going to do an auction of a piece unique Lyrique Etude #2 for charity. So pretty cool stuff.
are they doing? Are they auctioning it at Only Watch?
Yeah, they're doing it at the one. It's something called like the one auction or the only auction or something like that. They're doing that.
They
I'm
auction
sure
one of the Lyrique ones.
I think it's a Lyrique 2 they're going to do, and they're going to auction.
I thought they did an auction on the previous as well, but I can't remember for sure.
Bill said that he hadn't. So the one he entered into GPHG got sent back to him, obviously when it was done, and then he had 2, so he ended up selling it to like a close friend of his. He said that on his show today.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Wow. Amazing.
Archie, would you ever get a Lyrique #1 or #2?
Look. You know what? I gotta buy things I can easily liquidate in Brisbane, and they're not easy to get out. I'm not in the international market.
Like reversal.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Bear.
You're welcome, Archie.
I must say the watches pictured here are, in my opinion, the small the epitome of the perfect women's watch. A small tank, especially in gold, is just the perfect women's watch.
Well, hey, Mike,
I agree with you, Mikey.
He was a big fan of the Mustic Cartier.
But just the small little tank on a woman's watch, a dainty little hand with a dainty little watch. This is perfection right here for a woman. Even if it's quartz.
Cartier is a great brand for the ladies. Cartier is just perfect brand for. I actually think that women prefer Cartier over Rolex. I really do.
It took me a moment to figure out what Mike was saying when he said, "I must say." It sounded like you said "namaste," and I wondered what is Mike doing?
Namaste.
Remember what
I know what namaste means. No, but because in the larger sizes, Cartier has a couple of models that I like, but they do. I think they do. Their real sweet spot is right there in the small square tank. That's their perfection.
I'm not sure what do you think of but I do like their skeleton.
The gold Louis tank.
It's an icon. This is an icon. I mean, it's. I do remember when Bear gave some very sage advice on the channel a few months ago, where he said, if you're going to buy your lady a watch, make sure that the watch is gold and the box is red. And
yes,
you can't beat that advice.
Thank you.
Very fascinating there. Unfortunately, I didn't follow your advice there. I tried to, but anyhow.
You were getting a watch you liked.
Yeah. Well, an oyster perpetual blue dial. What the fuck is wrong with that? But anyhow.
I have one. Nothing wrong with it.
That's what
Guys,
a guy would get for
OP,
himself.
Archie, what's the plan tonight?
41.
What's the plan? Are we linking to watch Nick tonight? What's the
Yes,
plan?
we are linking to watch Nick. I've already done it. I want to
Alright.
say thank you guys so much for coming on. Bear, it's an
Yes,
absolute
Archie?
pleasure. It makes my weekend talking to you. And
Me
Tan,
too, Archie. I enjoy it. Just FYI, I've been talking to you straight 11 days.
yes.
Not just weekend, eh?
No, I understand, Bear. I got to tell you, seriously, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. No pressure, Bear. No pressure.
I have to say we had a actually good weekend with an interesting topic. We had a good conversation. It was mixture of everything. Obviously, Tan helps huge.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Tan, for bringing
Super
in
chat.
Thank you,
Swinging
Tan.
kangaroo. Here we go. $5. We all will go to Australia and back, then go to Bangkok and back. Bear, get Pepsi Max from AD. Koala Bear. All of that happened, and Lyrique 2 is still being made. There we go.
Hang on, what is he saying? What? Hang on. We will all go to Australia and back. Then we go. What's the PK? Oh, Bangkok and back. I get a Pepsi Max. I'm assuming he's talking Pepsi Meteorite.
Yep.
From AD. He gets to pet Koala Bear. Okay, all that sounds really good. All of that happened, and the Lyrique 2 is still being made. Oh,
I love it.
shit.
That was a bit of a dig.
Somewhere in there, I get myself a pet sloth too.
There you go. And a super chat from Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle, $2. Here we go. Yankee Doodle, $2. Buy a 16610 regular loom or tritium. Ooh. You want original. I would go tritium myself. If you can get an original, but if you want to get a later one, you can get Luminova or Super Luminova. I just say get the original one. That's the most important thing to do.
Yep. Unadulterated.
But guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Bear, it was a pleasure. Tan, I hope you like the landing strip that we've got dedicated to you there. I hope you like that.
What does that mean?
Can we please not
Yes.
use that word? I don't think 10 wants anything to do
What
with your
does that
manuscript.
mean?
I mean, I didn't know what he was talking about, so like I was just
It's
kind
the
of
homepage, the landing on the
All right.
homepage.
Yes,
It's on
yes,
the
I do like it.
homepage.
Thank you.
And
I think other
there we
things
go.
come to mind. At first.
Mikey, we are one vote away from 100 upvotes. Just
Come on,
one.
do it. Here. Okay, everybody, God damn it. Fucking push the goddamn button. One fucking upvote. Do it. Do it.
Not
Yeah, did it. Bravo, Mikey.
All right, motherfuckers.
There we go. Not too bad at all.
My pet monster, he's always good. He never lets me down.
Good.
Not since I was a little kid. This guy's my guy. His
Okay,
name's
guys. I'll be streaming again in 9 hours' time. We'll see you then. And I'll be back tomorrow. Thank
Right around the
you
corner.
so much, guys.
Archie, give me a call, please. I want to talk to you.
Thanks,
Yes, I
thanks for
will.
having me on, as always, Arch.
Bear.